open heart, ODYSSEY sailing straight through the hate.
MTCs, they swear it's dead, calling it a ghost town. But the big screen packed out, lights shining, Hope Rock going down. Jason Warrior screaming, rig the score, ain't real, they say. Verified fans loving it, facts hitting them every day. Bet against the epic, trailer full of angry hate.
Casting cries on woke sides, now the money seals their fate.
Cold party shots, ODYSSEY sailing on. Straight up, big winds got them crying. Tears keep falling on, yeah. Engine fire mixed with sand waves crashing, ghosts up in the mix. Goalposts moving, seething, fuming, the ship unsinkable, you tricks. If they did a cope, fake score talk, still broke, let it float, yeah. Go, 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 yeah. If they mad though, yeah. Go, 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 yeah. Fake score talk, still broke, let it float, yeah.
Legs gonna die, forgettable. They said it's finally done, but it smashed the records. Biggest run, they on the run. Dialogue ruined it, accents wrong they claim. Crowd walking out cheering, strong scores lighting the flame. Haunting voices rising raw, ancient feel, heavy sin thunder. They can't deal. Wanted the flop, prayed for the fail. Culture war, holy grail. People showed up, money flowed, narrative derailed. Go, 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 go. Party shots, ODYSSEY sailing on. Straight up, big winds got them crying. Tears keep falling on, yeah. Ancient fire mixed with sin waves crashing, ghosts up in the mix. Goalposts moving, seething, fuming, this ship unsinkable, you tricks. Cold, cold, empty theater cold. Fake score talk, still broke, let it float. Go, 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 go. Empty theater cold. Go, 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 go. Fake score talk, still broke, let it float.
Sailing on through the cope. Legend lives. They mad though.
What is going on, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, all of you out there, including, I gotta start off with this. I'm sorry. We are dealing with an absolute retard alert. This is always happening. I can never get away from it. So many retards all the time. I just kind of want to show you guys this. If you've been paying attention at all to like the idea of the thumbnail and the title of the stream, right? The cope over the ODYSSEY is real and wild. What? Just out of curiosity, what exactly do you take away from that? Right? What exactly do you think I'm trying to say there? Right? What angle do you think that I'm trying to convey? Right? Those of you who watch me frequently, you know exactly what I'm trying to do. It's not that fucking hard. But if you're a retard, Donovan Martin, I just saw this. I was just curious because I know he was going to respond. And he's an idiot. I just like, I just want to like this. There's no greater person I've encountered in like years. And I'm even talking about like the autists from like when I had my crash out 8 years ago that have been as fundamentally annoying as Donovan Martin here. So I look at this here, right? The cope over the Odyssey is real and wild. And then he says,
trying to paint the Odyssey as any kind of failure. Man, what a pathetic life this person must have. Already one of the biggest box offices this year.
Considering the fucking fact that's not at all what I'm talking about, it goes to show you. And I know Donovan is watching because he can't help himself. He's furiously masturbating to the sound of my voice. And I hope you finish while I'm calling you a fucking retard. I hope you nut while I tell you that you are nothing more than an embarrassment whose mother should have swallowed, right? I really hope this is when you climax listening to me berate you so we can at least figure out that you have a humiliation fetish. It's the only way you have to operate at this point. Like there's literally no other reason for your existence other like than to find some kind of weird sexual deviancy off of being humiliated time and time and time again. And what's really funny, Donovan, and I know you're listening, and I'm pretty sure right now you're wiping your own nut off your chin from trying to suck yourself dry to the sound of my voice. But you have to understand that even some of your closest allies on Twitter are tired of your shit. Every time they make a comment, you come at them the same way you come at me. And they're like tired of your shit. What does that tell you? It tells you point blank, full stop. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. That your retardation is now pushing away anyone out there who could potentially like to spend time with you on the internet. There's a reason why you're lonely and have to retweet Dua Lipa shit, because you realize that no one, especially anyone looking like her, resembling any capacity, that any atom in like her peaky toe would still be repulsed by you, you feckless clown. That is just who you are on a fundamental biological level. Like you're not, I feel bad for people who are actually missing chromosomes because they lead a much more fulfilled life than you ever possibly could. You talk about parasocial relationships, yet you are fucking always on Sean O'Rourke. You're always on fucking Snorlax. You're on me. You're on anyone who ever puts up any kind of opinion you don't like because, my guy, you don't have an opinion. You don't have a single iota of a fucking strand of a thought in that weird, diminutive, fucking paint chip infested brain of yours. Like you are like, you've got worse brain worms than like fucking Robert F. Kennedy Jr., who I know your mother fucking idolizes, which is probably one of the reasons why you are the way that you are. Which is why your mother should have swallowed, like I said, or had the decency to huck you in a dumpster. Anyway, had to get that out of the way. Am I the only highlight in his life? No, there's other people, but mostly me. It's crazy. It's like, I check out of curiosity because at some point you have to stop and just go like, how bad can it get? Right. You know what I mean? Like how bad can it possibly get? Like I would love to get Dua Lipa to just like, you know, to like say something like Donovan Martin sucks or some shit like that. And then like he would hear that and it would just crush his soul. Like, you know, Scott Tenorman Must Die episode of fucking South Park, getting Radiohead to say Scott Tenorman sucks. What up, Azteca? How you doing, man? Bubba here says, I passed my local theater at 11 p.m. and the parking lot was more than halfway full. There are so many screens that are playing the movie right now. It's insane. I mean, I was looking at like my local theater because I thought about going tonight. But then I was like, nah. I was like with the kids all day and I had a long weekend. I just had a fucking long weekend at work. Like, oh my God. Multiple 12-hour days without any break. I think I drove somewhere around like 1,500 miles in 4 days. It was a lot. This is a tough weekend and shit. So I'm like chilling at home today, but I had kind of a breakthrough. I did. I had a bit of a breakthrough. I thought about this and I was like, you know what we should do? You know what would be fun? It would kill two birds, one stone effectively. All right. So I enjoy talking with you guys about movies, but sometimes, you know, like I like to go into the AI shit. Not everybody likes the AI shit, and that's fucking fine. Okay. But because we are going to watch an AI short film tonight that I think you guys need to see. And so there's that. But I thought about, like, you know, again, patio commentary. How do we bring back patio commentary? All right. How do we do it? We do a split show. where I'll do live over here for maybe like 45 minutes to an hour, go through the general news, right? Collect, like get you guys all going. And then we'll head over to Podio Commentary. I'll drop the link. We'll go over to a live stream over there and we'll discuss a movie. Now, the hardest part's going to be what movie to discuss, because a part of me wants to like kind of start off with like Obsession and whatnot. I've already done a Podio like review on Obsession, but not like a long form conversation about it. And I think that could be actually be maybe where there's more fun, try to get people to come on in. I think like Saggy is still streaming right now. Chris might be around. I sent him a message, maybe get some other people, kind of keep it as more of a consistent, again, like a lo-fi, fireside chit chat about a fucking movie. Right. And then I'll pick stuff that's probably available like on Netflix or Tubi, most likely Tubi, the stuff that's new that I can get around to going to see. But I probably wouldn't be able to do anything new that's in theaters until maybe like Tuesday or Wednesday, just given my fucking time frame right now and the fact that the kids are out of school. That's kind of what I was thinking about that, right? Just making AI of Dua Lipa saying that about Donovan. Yeah, I could probably do that. Just be all like, "Oi, Donovan, you fucking tiny cock sucking motherfucker. Fuck you." I think she's British. I think she's Cockney. In my mind, Dua Lipa is Cockney, right? Anyway, I don't know. We could talk Backrooms. Spherical Man brings up Clerks 3 had me bawling my eyes out at the end. Dude, that fucking theater scene. Right? That theater scene. And it's all like, this is how Randall sees us. Oh, fuck, dude. That fucking got me. Did you listen to the end credits? It's my favorite end credit sequence of all time. It just truly is. I wish more directors would do that. Sit down and just kind of give a personal take on this film. And this, like 5 minutes, whatever the fuck it was. And just kind of take you through this is kind of where my thought process was. This is kind of where the characters ended up and everything else. I really like the end credit sequence of that fucking movie. Sleepy Rooms put me to sleep. Well, yeah. Let's see. Jess here says, speaking of Netflix, teach you a lesson, a Korean miniseries. What if John Wick was a substitute teacher? That movie came out in 1996. It's called The Substitute, starring Tom Berenger. And its sequels, The Substitute 2, 3, and 4, were starring Treat Williams. But Vanessa Williams was actually like the love interest in the second movie. And like Angie Everhart was like in the fourth movie. And she like worked at she was an officer at a military school. And you're going like, bro, dude, fucking Angie Everhart was like an officer at a military school. How'd those dudes get anything done? Man, they'd be distracted all the fucking time. This job was great because of the customers. That's right, man. It's a really great end credit sequence. I love it. Every time I think of it, I just kind of get a little like teary eyed because the Clerks franchise means so much to me on such a fundamental personal level. I love all that stuff. You know what I mean? And that's one of the reasons why, like I've said this repeatedly, I will never not think this way. Kevin Smith is my hero. He has always been my hero. And I would love nothing more than to get to know him and fucking have a conversation and shit. And kind of like how him with like George Carlin, he got to call George a friend. I'd like to be able to find a way to meet up with Kevin Smith and develop a friendship. But then I'd also come across probably as super fucking annoying. Cause I'd just be like, what are we working on, Kevin? Can I be in one of your I could be like mini you, man, like pre-fucking heart attack, man. I got the fucking weight and shit. You've got the fucking vegan lifestyle. I'm still a fat diabetic fuck, but we can make this work, dude. Anyway, Tom Cruise Odyssey sounds great. Yeah, I've been having a little bit of fun. With the Odyssey. Look, I'll be the first to admit, like I was fucking like, I don't want to say talking trash. I mean, I have my issues with Christopher Nolan. And there were some legitimate things that I was having some issues with in regards to the marketing, in regards to a couple other fucking things. And but I legitimately did not expect like this shit to do like as big as it did, right? Just based upon looking at like the sellouts of the IMAX and the premium large formats and all that stuff. And then as well as the walk-up business was massive because I was checking pre-sales like crazy and the pre-sales just were not there. But then I checked them over the course of the weekend, and it was like sell out of like standard non-IMAX, non-premium screens. So the word of mouth fucking broke into the mainstream. And it's probably in many ways because Christopher Nolan himself was the person involved, right? So one of the jokes I was going for here was what if this movie had made more money if it was Tom Cruise as Odysseus, right? Surprisingly, ChatGPT made this one, right? And I thought that turned out pretty goddamn well. I thought that was pretty fucking funny. Because it's like if Tom Cruise would have popped up in this movie, I think it would have probably done a lot more. Let's see here. There can't be two Kevins. A Kevin divided upon itself cannot stand. I'm gonna go with the multi-Kevin theory. It will be fine. And so, people keep saying this is fantasy. Get over it, bro. It's called historical fantasy. Look, bro. Okay, listen, H-bars. You can make an argument. Historical fantasy, maybe like the Iliad would be like historical fantasy. All right. And in this movie, it's just fucking fantasy. It's mythology. It's Greek mythology. All right. You've got a fucking 60-foot tall vagina-eyed Cyclops. You've got fucking gods like Athena, Calypso. You've got the fucking what's the fucking tentacled monster thing, right? You got that thing. You got the sirens and shit, right? All of those things that are in like that weren't in the Iliad. I mean, like maybe outside of like the prowess of Achilles, but it's like, so I see your point, but I'm gonna push back on that because it's like this movie is just fucking, it's just mythology. Right? There is no historical accuracy to be had in mythology necessarily. Now, do I think they should have maybe I'll tell you this. I'm not even upset about Lupita's casting, right? Or Zendaya's casting. That shit don't even fucking bother me. Even like fucking Elliot Page. None of that shit bothers me at all. What gets me is the American accent. That's still the thing that bothers me. Right? That's still the thing that bothers me. Like you're pining for a daddy that you've never met. And it's like, that's fucking creepy. And not in a good way. My dad's coming home. Mom, dad's coming back, right? Like Temelicus, he's coming back. It's just, it's like fucking Jesus Christ. Okay. Like give me the Royal Shakespearean Company approach to this shit. What they did with Troy, what they did with fucking Gladiator. Okay. That's all it is. That's my biggest gripe. That's my biggest fucking gripe with that shit. All right. That's it. That's literally fucking it. I've seen clips of the movie. Some of them are good. Some of them are not so good that are floating around. And I'm like, and I've had the opportunity to, I know where to go find the full 3-hour bootleg version of the movie and shit. And I'm like, I don't really want to do that. But at the same time, if somebody bootlegs the 70mm version, I will fucking watch it. I don't give a shit. I will advocate for it. And let me explain why I'll advocate for it. 19 theaters in the United States, around 40 worldwide, have the ability to play the Odyssey in 70 fucking millimeter. Right? That's it. The nearest one to me is 600 and it's about 700 miles away from me to that theater. 700 miles away is the nearest 70mm IMAX in Sacramento, California. I live just outside of the bastion of technology in the Northwest, right? And yet there's no 70mm IMAX here. So if I want to go see it in the way that God and Nolan intended, then I have to go 700 miles, and I work for a fucking living. So that's not going to happen. So if somebody wanted to do me a favor and record the movie through their fucking goddamn fucking iPhone 15 and upload the whole fucking 3 hours of 70mm 4x3 Zack Snyder loving fucking formats, then I'd be down for it. I'd be down for it. Or Universal fucking get Nolan to put that shit on the 4K. Have the fucking full frame version of it on the 4K. And I saw some of these fucking purists and shit on Twitter. They're just going nah, dog, we can't do that. You can't do that, dog. Nah, dog. Don't give them that shit. No one wants that shit. It's all like Zack Snyder's Justice League is in 4x3. Fucking epic. Fucking epic. Right? Looks great. Couldn't look away. 4 hours fucking cruised by and shit. Right? Batman v Superman 4K is also in 4x3, the IMAX edition. Jesus Christ. Makes my tip moist. You know what I'm saying? It's fine to watch them like that. I got a 55-inch Samsung TV, man. It's fucking fine to have bars on the side. You know what I'm saying? But to me, it's a complete dumb thing to not have that format available in other forms, right? But here's the kicker. I found this out actually. So if you want, one of the reasons why they're not going to do it is because that format apparently is like a proprietary intellectual property of IMAX, apparently. So if they want to put that on some kind of like disc or something, they've got to pay IMAX a fee. Like that's what I was reading. I got to double check that, confirm that shit. But like, if that is true, and IMAX holds this fucking foothold of a format that they created this absolute FOMO for, they created a FOMO that is like such in limited supply that people were buying out tickets a year in advance, and then you had fucking tickets going up for sale on eBay, trying to make a ton of money off of this, and we have no idea if those tickets sold for a higher price. We have no idea if those scalpers ate the cost of it, if they just went and saw the movie. Like we don't know. We do not know what exactly happened. Did they refund the ticket before going in to see the movie? Like there are questions that I've got that I don't think we're ever going to really be able to get the full scope of, because no one at Fandango is going to like do a forensic deep dive into this. Okay. Like no one at AMC or Regal or fucking Cinemark or whatever that, would be able to like track that information is going to do a deep dive on this. But I'll tell you this, motherfucker, if I was Chris fucking Nolan, I would stop for a second and be like, wait a minute, hold on. I'm Newton, bitte. I would like to see the fucking numbers on this shit. Because look, when it boils down to it, or when it all breaks down, those numbers, those tickets, right? Those equate fucking money. Okay. That's money being earned. But the scalpers are getting more money that's not going to the fucking studios. That is, unless, and this is a far off fucking theory, what if the studios bought the tickets early and hoped to scalp them to make some more money? Sure, it's pennies in the long run, but it does create a sense of FOMO, right? It does create a sense of FOMO, if you think about it for a second, okay? But at the same time, kind of going back to what I was trying to say here, is that I would like to see this in 70 millimeter IMAX. It is not possible for me, financially or otherwise, to make the journey to a place that has that ability. Or would I be able to find a ticket anytime in the near future to be able to go and see it in this format? So if somebody wants to do me the solid of bootlegging it, then I'll watch it. However, I will say this. We do see open mat IMAX prints make their way online every once in a while. And there's a bunch of channels, accounts on Twitter that share this information openly and freely. And it's weird now how piracy has gone from being like a backroom deal type situation where, you've got like, people are on like IRC servers or Usenet servers or whatever. They're passing discs around in a bootleg fashion. So like not to be caught, right? They're trying to use whatever spoofing software they can to protect their IP from the studios finding them and sending those cease and desist letters through their, through their internet service provider. And nowadays it's just like, yo, dog, I found a website that's hosting the whole movie in 1080p. Here's the link. Watch out for pop-ups. Like you just can't. I'm telling you, it's like there's that one Flickster that I'm aware of. That I mean, they got everything on there, and they charge you like $90 for 2 years, and you get access to like everything, new, old, in between. And it's like, that's got to be run by the studios. In the same way that I think all of those Star Wars AI shorts that we've taken a look at are all fucking being done at Lucasfilm to keep the brand alive and to keep people talking about it. But I will say there's been a weird casualty that I haven't really seen much follow up on recently. And that is the epic, awesome Harry Potter spoof Dripwarts. There's really been nothing. And that, pour one out for the homies on that one. All right. You fixed parallax. I'm not even going to go into that, but okay. Cause I could say some stuff that would be, whatever. Does Boeing IMAX in Seattle not have 70 millimeter? Boeing IMAX in Seattle only shows nature documentaries, man. They got rid of it. They don't do it here. They're not showing movies anymore. They literally just announced this a couple months ago. So, Matt, you wouldn't download a car, would you? I would. Yes, give me the opportunity to 3D print a car and my ass is on it. It's an odd comment. It is an odd comment. It is an odd comment. And that's where I'll leave that. Let me get to some super share real quick here. All right. We got to Sokatano here for 5. Thank you very much for kicking off the week. Avengers Doomsday trailer had me going, I came. that line, or I haven't seen Uncut Gems, but I know the line that had me going. I came line from Adam Sandler says in Uncut Gems. See, I'm the opposite. I was underwhelmed by the Doomsday trailer, but I'll talk about that. We'll take a look at that. But I was underwhelmed by it in many ways, largely not because it was bad. It's not bad, but it's like, okay, sell me on a story. Give me something to care about. I don't care about this shit. Rational says 70 millimeter IMAX is limited because Kodak is the only one that makes a film for that format. Fujifilm could also make it, but IMAX never asked them. Well, that's not actually, I mean, that's limited in how the production happens. But the reason why there's no more new 70 millimeter IMAXs is they, from what I was reading, they've lost the blueprint. They don't know how to make them anymore. They simply do not have the technology. The parts needed to make it don't exist anymore. The ability to manufacture it doesn't exist anymore. These are things that the people who run IMAX are saying. So it's like, yeah. Like the film stock might be limited, okay, because of Kodak. All right, fine. Only some people are going to film for IMAX in that capacity. Christopher Nolan shot a fucking 3-hour movie that's got apparently like at least an hour of deleted scenes, if not more, that are, that he had to cut down in order to hit that 3-hour runtime because of how big those prints are, And again, it was like 70 millimeter was common back in 2007 when the IMAX fucking revolution happened. All the theaters had 70 millimeter. All of the theaters had 70 millimeter. What we're talking about in the 70 millimeter IMAX is not necessarily the format as much as it is the venue. The venue is where they're able to have those true IMAX stadium seatings. That's the venue. That's one of the reasons why we do say Limax, because it is a lie. It is a fallacy that has been created to push an idea of a format that is still in existence. But, you want to have that FOMO for like the best place to see it. Like, I'll admit, like I saw 300 in a stadium seating true IMAX at the Irvine Spectrum. I also saw The Dark Knight there in IMAX. And those were fucking life-altering experiences, I'll fully admit. And so it does suck that so many people are going to pay a premium to go and see a movie in a substandard format compared to other people who have access to it. But then again, there's also that massive fucking FOMO that's going on. Command Unit here says, do people actually buy tickets from scalpers? That's the thing. I don't know. I do not know if they buy tickets from scalpers or not. I legit don't know. And for me, it'd be really, really, really interesting to see if that's the case, right? Because I don't know if people are actually out there buying those tickets. Because why would they? You know what I mean? Like why would they do that? That to me makes very little sense. You know what I'm saying? I'm surprised they have a real 70 millimeter IMAX in Grand Rapids. Why? And they don't got them in Seattle. Go fucking figure. Renee, happy 25th birthday. Welcome to your quarter life crisis. Drink responsibly. And what is it? Ask ChatGPT to recode it. To recode what? Recode to find the blueprint and shit. The fact that they don't have the blueprint for this technology in the modern digital age is really weird. Because it's not like this is like ancient technology. We're not looking at fucking high definition screen grabs of fucking cave drawings and shit. But all right, we'll take a look here at the okay. I need to do my homework on Doctor Doom. I probably do, but I still want the movie to convey the story. All right. It's one of the reasons why I don't necessarily subscribe to the you should read comics theory. Okay. So oh crap. Spherical Man, what were you referring to here? What were you referring to here when you said I was too Matt? Thank you. You gotta tell me. You gotta tell me on that one. Anyway. Okay, so let's take a look here at what's going on with the Odyssey and the Cope. Now, a lot of people were dunking on this movie far before it came out, and I was too. I'll admit I was taking shots at Nolan predominantly. My issue is with Nolan, not the movie itself. I think Nolan, as I've said, the final act of Interstellar is crap. He shit the bed on that one. The Dark Knight Rises final act was also not great. The death of Talia al Ghul is laughable, and it should have run him out of the Academy. Dunkirk never really interested me. Tenet got not, I mean, you know, it's people like sucked its dick because it's Nolan, but from what you hear is not that good of a movie. And Oppenheimer, I'm like, yeah, you know, I'm sure it's fine. I'll get to it eventually. Oh, okay. That you were underwhelmed by the trailer. Yeah. Okay, cool. And so one of the things that, you know, the people who are on the other side, the chuds, what they've been doing is they were out there saying like, you know, get woke, go broke. You see this movie, fucking, you don't like Western civilization. You just hate the white man, you know, fucking, you support trans, right? Like all this fucking nonsense bullshit, right? They're just talking out their fucking dickhole. So they're doing that. And the movie comes out and the movie does fucking gangbusters, right? There's no denying it. I even said, I'm like, look, I might have my issues with Christopher Nolan. I might have my issues with some of the choices made for this movie. But I've also never said don't see it. And I've also never said it's going to bomb. The walk-up business was really good. And I was proven wrong on that. Again, that's part of being an adult, is being like, yeah, I was wrong. And so I'm like, all right. But I like the fact that it's making these chuds just look like fucking idiots. When we already know they're idiots, right? We already know that these guys are just like completely bad faith actors, and they only say things in order to make money. But it's always really funny when they try to predict something's going to fail and it ends up doing the exact opposite. In fact, I would make the argument that in many cases, probably what happened here is that they might have actually done more to sell this movie to the normies than like literally anything else. Right? They might, you know, you go online and you're just like, I fucking hate the fact that Elliot Page is out there in this movie as playing Achilles. And then people normally like, but Elliot Page is not playing Achilles. Elliot Page is playing an entirely different character. Or Lupita Nyong'o playing Helen of Troy. She's also playing the sister character as well. But, you know, I mean, face that launched 1,000 ships. Have you seen Black Panther Wakanda Forever? The first time we see Lupita Nyong'o, she's in a skin-tight suit, and she turns to the camera, and it's a fucking badunkadunk. I mean, there's no denying the first time. Ryan Coogler had his eye on her ass. It was fucking so fucking prominent the first time we see her character in Black Panther Wakanda Forever. It's not even funny. Like, I don't even know. I was like transfixed and shit. I was like, I don't even give a fuck what happens the rest of this fucking movie, dude. She's fucking fine. And it's true too. That movie sucks. That movie's bad. That movie's like Wakanda Forever is not good. In fact, actually showing Namor in the new trailer, I was like, fuck this. Nah, dude, let's not go back to that. Let's not go back to Namor. Let's not go back to Wakanda. Give me more M'Baku. Fuck yeah. Winston Duke is the shit. I'll take more Shuri. I like Shuri, but let's not go back to like Wakanda Forever. All right. Like, let's fucking, you know, people fucking like, let's not do that shit. It's fucking done. But anyway, yeah. So all these guys are trying to find ways to cope. Right. And they're trying to cover their ass. Right. They're trying to cover their ass because they know that they got caught up in the bullshit. They got caught, you know, even Ben Shapiro, right? Ben Shapiro, who hates literally everything, was like, it's a good movie. You know, Christopher Nolan is the best working director today. And it's like, even Ben Shapiro with his caterpillar eyebrows was like, I will fucking make the comment that this was good. So, you know, it is very interesting. You know, showing Gambit in the trailer made me roll my eyes. Nah, man, fucking, I'm hyped for that. That I'll admit. I thought even though Channing Tatum as Gambit was a joke in Deadpool and Wolverine, I get that. But I was all like, dude, I'm down for it. He might die in this movie. We might only get that one go with him, but he gets it. Okay. They cast him in that shit back in 2015. He was at San Diego Comic-Con on stage with fucking Ryan Reynolds for Deadpool with the cast of X-Men X-Men Apocalypse, you know, and like they were, and I think even Fantastic Four, Fan Four Stick was all there. They had everybody on stage, and then out comes Channing Tatum, announced his Gambit, and he introduces Stan Lee. That was dope as shit. I was fucking there. Do I want more pictures of Under Siege and snakes on a plane 4Ks? No, but you have my P.O. box number, so feel free to send them. I will give them a good home. Thank you. So anyway, they should have recast Chadwick. Absolutely agree. Absolutely fucking agree. But what was I talking about again? Like, so yeah, so these guys need to come up with a fucking argument, right? So here's what they've been doing. So I'm pulling this from 4chan. All right. And I've seen this pop up on Reddit and a few other places as well. So this is not like, you know, something new. So this guy here, they're trying to make the argument that the movie theaters were empty. And that does go back to my argument there, my question, I should say, about whether or not the scalpers bought the tickets, tried to sell them, couldn't sell them, lost money on the deal, right? Or canceled them. And again, we don't know these details. And I don't think you're going to be able to make an argument. Like, no one at Universal is going to do a forensic audit of this thing. No one's going to want to do anything that could potentially, like yuck the yum of this opening weekend, especially to give the fucking chuds a one up, but they're not going to do it. Anyway, there's one person here says, I work at a theater, and honestly, I was expecting tons of people, something like the sardines in that SpongeBob episode. Instead, it's been pretty chill. It's actually kind of empty. Isn't that strange? I keep seeing posts on social media saying the Odyssey has already made like 500 million, but that doesn't match what I'm seeing. Maybe it's in other countries, except it was never $500 million. I think it did like 267 worldwide or something like that. So obviously it's like, if he's seeing posts saying $500 million, that could, and he's trying to compare that to what he's seen. The reality doesn't match the rumor. So yeah, he might be coming up with that particular train of thought. But he says here, things we've noticed, a lot of tickets were bought and are still being bought online, but very few people are actually showing up to the theater, which makes no sense. I talked to people from other theater locations, and they're seeing the exact same thing. I wonder what you all think. There's been a lot of noise about this, especially with what's been going on. Personally, I don't mind. It's been pretty chill. Shift with not a lot of work. Spider-Man is around the corner, though, and kids, pretty much everyone loves Spidey, so busy days ahead of us. Now, the thing with that I don't get is saying that I don't mind because it's been pretty chill shift with not a lot of work. Well, I mean, you still, during the time of working your shift, you will be doing theater checks, you will be doing theater cleans when the movie's over, and you will be, of course, handling tickets and selling concessions and everything else in between. So it's not like you may not be running around constantly, but also, like, I want to know, what theater chain do you work for? If you work for one that's not an independent, how many screens are in your particular in your theater? What are the other movies showing in your theater? And generally speaking, what of those particular tickets that have been sold? Now, again, granted, we'll never get any of that information, because why would we? You'd have to really ask somebody who works for the theater to be able to provide that information. And the theaters themselves do keep all that information. It is, in fact, reported at the end of the night. They have all of this sent back to corporate every night they close out. So they know all this stuff, but it's kind of weird. All right, so here we go. This guy here says the tickets were on sale for a year. Lots of people bought them a year ago and may not remember that they have them or care about the movie anymore. But if that's the case, why wouldn't you just cancel the ticket? If you were a big fan of Nolan, I'm sure you bought it without hesitation. Then you saw the casting, the vernacular, the costumes, and the rap they added. A lot of those people probably just wrote off the ticket and stayed home. But again, why would you write off something you've spent good money on? To go see a 70 millimeter IMAX showing of a movie, you're looking at about $28 on average. That's not fucking pocket change. I mean, maybe, if you don't have any kids and you don't have any other obligations, then maybe, but still $28 a ticket is not necessarily something that I would write off. I mean, here's my question to you guys. Would you ever write off that amount? Would you ever write off a $28 ticket just because? Probably not, right? Probably not. So, it is just like that. So we got a couple more here saying, I saw it yesterday with my son. The website showed pretty much the whole theater sold out. So we had to sit near the front. It showed my row half full, but when we got there, we were the only ones there. I figured maybe it was a family that couldn't make it and got a refund, but I got up to go to the restroom halfway through the movie and the theater was barely half full. But it's like, again, I would need to know. I don't know about that. I don't know if I trust that, to be fair. All right. And these are a lot of different people that are saying it. Okay. You could look at the theater attendance on the websites and local cinema chains. I believe it's true. It's just anecdotal now, or for proving it, right? Here's the thing with that, though. You can go and look on movie theater websites, but you cannot go back and back look. You can't look at the backlog. I can't go back and look at a showing from a week ago and see how many tickets it sold. You simply just cannot do that. That information is not available. In fact, as soon as I think we're like maybe 10, 20 minutes into a showing of a movie, you're not able to at that point even go in and look anymore to see what seats are available. Once the movie has started, they simply just remove it and they move on to the next one. And that's going to be like the big thing here. So I don't know. And I don't really believe this, but it does get a little crazier because what we're seeing here is, according to Kotaku in action. Oh, good old Kotaku in action. Someone here says Rotten Tomatoes says The Odyssey has a 97% audience score. The raw JSON data proves it's actually 56%. Now, the interesting thing about The Odyssey, Rotten Tomatoes on that one is, for one, I very much have always said don't trust Rotten Tomatoes. Okay, especially now that they've got the verified score. Okay, so before we dive in, we'll take a look here at this. All right, right now you've got 95%, 404 reviews. That's fucking massive considering. And then you've got 5,000 plus verified ratings for a 97% Rotten Tomatoes score. So this is 5,000 verified ratings. And this is something that they did 7 years ago with the release of Captain Marvel, by having the verified ratings only be ratings that were purchased through Fandango, because they own Rotten Tomatoes. It's one of the reasons why Rotten Tomatoes is not really a website you should fuck with. But 5,000 people bought tickets, or 5,000 plus people bought tickets, and therefore we're seeing some of that. So let's just see here, verified audience. All right. Again, a lot of fives, verified, right? Like, I mean, we're seeing what? 4 stars out of the first page. Epic and loud. The movie is truly grand. I cannot give it a perfect score though, but I feel like I did get my money's worth. Good on you, Christopher Nolan. That's pretty fair to say. Okay. So let's take a look here at all audience. All right. 1 star here 2 hours ago. Movie is woke ass cheeks. I wish I could rate it worse than half a star. Also got to love the fake review body by Rotten Tomatoes to make it look like this piece of shit movie gets better. Anyway, did he actually see the movie? We have no way of knowing. Oscar here. Under the booming bass heavy score and the dizzying nonlinear flashbacks lies a narrative structure that's as cold as the deep sea. Okay, ChatGPT did a pretty good job on that one. I went into The Odyssey hoping for a faithful adaptation of one of the greatest works of Greek literature. I left disappointed. In my view, the film prioritizes modern casting choices and contemporary messaging over historical authenticity and the spirit of the original epic. Stephen T. H-Barts, we found your Rotten Tomatoes account. But here's the thing. All of these posts from, we got a couple here. All right. Anna G, 5 hours ago. Right. Wendy S, 5 hours ago. Right. We're getting a lot of the fives, but we're also getting a shit ton of the ones, but we are seeing probably more higher than we are seeing negative, and so it's very difficult because you're not able to look anymore. I don't think you're able to look anymore at the score itself. You used to be able to sort it by whether it was positive or negative, right? But either way, what we're looking at here is a 95%. So finding a negative is going to be difficult. And we're also, here we go, Odie Henderson. Pattinson has fun channeling Roddy McDowell's snarky performance. Okay. Stephanie Zarachek for Time Magazine. Instead of being an answer to our prayers, The Odyssey ends up being another reason for despair. Ooh, I bet she thought she was cooking with that rhyme. She probably went like, ooh, I'm going to get all the love for this one. But pretty much everyone else is giving it 4 out of 5, 5 out of 5. 4.5 out of 5. But here we go. Richard Brody, The New Yorker. It lacks the particular thrill that comes with reading Homer, a sense of the gulf that separates modern minds from the Bronze Age ones. Keep in mind, these guys select their own quotes on this one, right? It's that whole idea that you're just like, oh God, you're a fucking whatever. All right. So the movie again is kind of doing, looking at the reviews there, it's doing all right. Okay, how long is the movie? 2 hours and 52 minutes, I believe. The majority of people right now are sound asleep. What about for my streams or what? What are you talking about? Will there be another Chud Watch? Probably. I don't know. Maybe if it's a good enough video. It really depends on what it is. I would rather spend more time just kind of going over the news and then going and talking about a movie for the second half of the show versus let's just watch a Chud video, because those can take a long time to do. But anyway, here's what it says. All right. So Rotten Tomatoes made a major choice of Rotten Tomatoes made a major change to how that you can remove the 2. That's grammatically incorrect. If you were using GPT, it failed you, sir. Rotten Tomatoes made a major change how audience scores were calculated back in 2019. Many people don't realize what happened. I think after 7 years, a lot of people who use Rotten Tomatoes absolutely understand what happened there. But the simple change is why the Odyssey score is currently sitting at a glowing 97%, yet standardizing the data properly reveals that it's actually 56%. The discrepancy comes down to how Rotten Tomatoes creates the verified audience score versus the all audience score. They really only care about the verified audience score. Again, people who purchased a ticket through Fandango.com. So before 2019, Rotten Tomatoes used a poll mechanic. An unverified user had to actively decide to leave a review, log in, or create an account, navigate to the movie page, and submit their rating. After 2019, Rotten Tomatoes shifted the primary score to a push notification via ticket processors like Fandango. A ticket buyer walking out of the theater gets a prompt, did you like the movie? Tap 1 to 5 stars. They tap and they're done. Removing the UI friction is fine on paper, but making verified audience the default score under the new popcorn meter branding changed everything. And yes, given how predictable the resulting score inflation was, this was likely deliberate obfuscation by Rotten Tomatoes. Well, now, I haven't read this post yet, so we're kind of going through it together, but can anyone here tell me the very first movie that they did this with? The movie that they chose to do this change with? Does anyone here know the film that kicked off this particular type of bastardization of the Rotten Tomatoes formula? Anyone? Bueller? Anyone in the chat? Anyone in the chat know what movie it was? I'm looking forward to it. Let's see. We need a panel for Chud Watch, like Saggy, Chris, and maybe Perp. If I could get them on, keep in mind those guys are like pretty much all like way away from me. You know, Chris, we never know if Chris is alive or dead, right? Let's see. Ding, 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 ding. Fourth here for the win. It was, in fact, Marvel's penultimate episode before Endgame. Captain Marvel, the 2019 late February, early March release starring Brie Larson, was the very first movie that Rotten Tomatoes said, you know what? Let's have the verified ratings. It's been 7 years. Not The Last Jedi. Close, but no cigar. All right. It was Captain Marvel. Captain Marvel is the reason why this is happening. Okay, so how to see real numbers for yourself. All right, so open up the Odyssey Rotten Tomatoes, right-click on the page, click View Source, press Control F, and search for Metascorecard JSON. A few lines down, you'll see a JSON data block that looks like the like count and not like count. Sorry. Anyway, extracting the true poll score. To find the actual sentiment of independent web users, we need to isolate the unverified votes from the combined all audience pool. Anyway, verified here says, so hold on, 7,360 likes. Okay, that's the 96.6% that they're saying. Unverified likes, 7,858. And then so minus 7,360 equals 498. Unverified dislikes, 388. Calculation, then there's math, and I hate math. But what he's saying here, this is where this particular math doesn't make a lot of sense, right? He says here that it's 56%. This is the more valid audience score for the Odyssey. How is it more valid when you are effectively eliminating all of the people who liked it, right? I mean, well, okay, never mind. No, I see now. He's taking the numbers and he's just, subtracting one from the other and trying to get, well, basically what he's doing is he's removing all of the, I don't necessarily agree with the math here. I'm trying to formulate my exact thoughts on it though. So he's showing the discrepancy between the verified likes and the unverified likes. Okay. And then you have the unverified dislikes versus the unverified versus the verified dislikes. Okay. So don't you think, I'm just saying, wouldn't it be better to like combine the numbers? Right. So if there's unverified likes are 70, I don't know even if I could do the math on this myself, but I think you guys get what I'm trying to say. Why would you subtract out? Because if you're subtracting verified versus unverified, that's literally removing the voice of people who bought a ticket through Fandango, who went through the verified channel. Now, I agree with the concept of doing away with the verified audience score. I make no mistake about that. But when you're going and you're trying to find a way to literally like remove the verified in order to then have the unverified being your number that you're pulling from here, the data point, and you do the same thing with the dislikes, that doesn't make any fucking sense, right? It doesn't make any sense. So that's why this is largely bullshit, because you're absolutely removing all of those of that data. Yeah, Metacritic, I prefer none, but I thank you for that, Command Unit. Also, he said here, I think Rotten Tomatoes implementing the system selectively means that some film become overrated. The film isn't better than Lord of the Rings. I don't think I saw the headline that someone had said that it's better than Lord of the Rings, but that's like from another website, and I don't really know how the fuck that's even going to matter. You know what I'm saying? So for me, it's kind of like a non-issue, all things considered. And Otis, I do see your super chat, which we will get to when we get to the Doomsday conversation. So thank you for that one. But largely, this whole argument here is I think really poorly making the case, because it's removing votes. It is more or less, this is basically like election denialism from 2020 sort of thing. So that's a lot of that one. And never mind, you've also got the whole situation with the YouTube dislikes, and how the YouTube dislike, we all know that's largely bullshit. And they ran on that. Those guys literally ran on that for fucking months, right? They ran on the concept that this is, that this is the official dislike counter. They don't like Lupita Nyong'o. They don't like Elliot Page. They don't like blah, 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 blah. And they ran all this shit. And then it doesn't really matter. This is the biggest issue, because you sit there and you go, okay, fine. This app is saying this. That means people are disliking it through the app, but you can't make the claim that this is one of those things that is a valid metric, because YouTube no longer showcases the API so publicly. So that data is you are unable to access that data point, meaning you're not able to have a verified marker. And they don't even give a shit. All right, yeah, I'll give you the link. Yeah, man. And so it's just like, again, that whole concept of like fucking idiots, man. Just tons and tons and tons of morons. But they buy all this shit. They consistently buy all this shit, and they want you to to believe him. And now they've effectively lost. They've effectively lost everything. And it's funny to me personally. And I know not everyone gives a shit, right? Like, I know not everyone gives a shit. I'm like one of the only two idiots, maybe like one of the only idiots that kind of does give a shit to some extent. And that has everything to do with the fact that it's just like, I enjoy watching these people suffer. Like, it's true. I enjoy watching these people suffer a bit, because they've got to jump through hoops by more or less like inventing fake math, coming up with like nonsense, Now, the thing that you have to remember about all of this is that a couple years ago, 3 years ago, you had The Sound of Freedom, right? And that would be a movie to look at for a forensic audience, or a forensic audit, because The Sound of Freedom had the Pay It Forward program. And I remember Dane from Actual Fandom, back when I talked to him before he went insane. We were going over some of the data points for that. And like Angel Studios was literally sitting on like $13 or $30 million in a bank account. People had donated so much money to the Pay It Forward program that literally Angel Studios was flat out double fucking dipping. And don't get me wrong, it's like an insanely brilliant campaign that I'm surprised more people haven't implemented yet. Because it's like, it is literally the fishing with dynamite approach to getting people to fucking go see movies. And so that would be something worth looking into, because for that situation, you could go to the website and you could request a ticket. You could request a ticket to go see Sound of Freedom. And so you go see Sound of Freedom, you know, or you go to Fandango, you buy the ticket, right? They make you do like a Scout's honor, like, do you promise to go see this movie? And you go, yeah, and you buy the ticket and shit like that, right? Well, then people were reporting that like there were empty theaters. People were buying tickets, but they weren't actually going. So when you buy a ticket, the split is still going to be the same between Angel Studios and the theater, right? They acted as their own distribution agent. So they were probably, you know, getting 50, 60% of that ticket sale. So if they had $30 million sitting in an account, you know, acquiring interest while people were going to the Fandango website buying a ticket, so that money is accruing interest. Then someone buys a ticket for, like, let's say $13. I'll just use that as an average. Okay. So fucking $650 of that goes to the theater, and $650 of that goes right back in to Angel Studios. So people are donating to one account, but that's just, again, all of this interest, all of whatever. And then they get paid again into another account. They are literally double dipping the whole fucking time. And that is wild to me. But yet again, nobody ever cares enough to like dive in and to fucking take a look at this shit. So I'm just saying that's where it's at. So, all right, take a look here. Command Unit here for 5. Thank you, buddy. He says, History Buff's impression is the best critic of the film. I think the film triggered the historical accuracy fan community more than the chuds. I mean, probably. H. Bart's has been like crashing out over it. You know, he's like, I'll watch Troy, and Troy's a great fucking movie. Still not necessarily historically accurate, all things considered. The 10-year war took like, I don't know, fucking like 2 days, or 2 weeks or whatever it was in the Troy movie. And I'm not even knocking it. I don't even care. Those little things don't mean anything to me. Like, legitimately, they don't really mean anything to me. I think Troy's a badass movie. I think fucking the Odyssey looks like a pretty badass movie. I want to see it. I don't want to watch it bootleg first, but I will if I have to. You know, and if the history buffs want to get mad, that's to some extent even fucking funnier. Because like when you piss off a history nerd, you know, like what does it do? What does it do? Nothing. But well, no, they had the Tom Holland guy, the other Tom Holland guy, the actual like, you know, Greek historian Tom Holland watched the movie, and then he gave it his fucking seal of approval. Like they brought him in, Universal brought him in to show him the movie, like fucking Dr. Alan Grant in Jurassic Park. You know, it's all like, did you like the movie? Yes. Can you endorse the film? Yes. You know, do I get to meet Spider-Man because we have the same name? Also, yes. Caster Troy. Yes. Yes, Spherical Man. We are absolutely going to be talking about Face Off. Don't come at me with no fucking John Woo shit. All right. Before we get into the Doomsday shit, I want to share something. And I got to give credit where, I gotta, you know, well, hold on, hit the wrong button. You know, one of my favorite people on this crap hole of a website is Movie Perp. And, you know, and even though he doesn't follow me back on Twitter like a bitch, he is still very much an interesting filmmaker that I enjoy sharing the shit that he has done. And so he put out, he's got, well, I guess the best way to describe it is he's got this AI female band called War Girls of Ito. And he put out this found footage trailer for them. This is some wild shit. This is one of the things I like about AI. And I'm showing you this to share it, you know, a buddy working on something, but also because it's fucking wild and it's bonkers. And I want you guys to see it.
Hope you're recording because nobody's going to believe this.
Sweetest girls you'd ever meet, then lights would go down and they would just...
The strangest thing wasn't that these three women survived extraordinary childhoods. It was that they somehow found each other.
We kept asking what genre they were. Nobody could give us an answer.
I think people wanted to see if these girls would get hurt.
Let's check out this slide!
This wasn't that.
No. It's okay. I'm okay now.
By the fifth show, everybody knew something was wrong.
Every bad idea we've ever had started with one of us saying, it'll be fine.
The performances become increasingly erratic.
First, they missed a show. Then one show became two. Then two became a week. At first, I thought it was a joke or a prank. Then the tour video came out.
Tour video?
Tour video.
That tour video.
Tour video.
Exactly 1 week after their disappearance, a video was uploaded on a fan site.
I wouldn't watch it. I can't watch it.
I've seen pieces. Keep filming. It's haunting stuff.
There's something moving in there.
Confirmed sighting. Fans are refusing to believe. Police are asking anyone. Investigators have not ruled out. A spokesperson declined to comment.
Mystery.
Once the band disappeared, people
Started digging into their past. That's when it turned into a frenzy.
I've never seen another band carry this much history before they ever wrote a song.
Lyd said she found her voice in a basement.
At first, it was described as an isolated religious community.
Madison escaped an isolated cult as a teenager.
Most people survive something like that and spend the rest of their lives hiding. Holly walked onto a stage instead.
Then there's Chloe.
No tragic headline, no famous court case.
This bitch is using a map.
By itself, none of it really meant much. But once the footage surfaced, fans started putting those pieces together, and suddenly, their disappearance wasn't looking random anymore.
We initially believed this was a missing persons investigation. The footage complicated that.
Whatever happened started long before show 7.
Some footage exists from cameras that were never recovered. I don't think music saved them. I think it bought them time. This can't be the spot. The address said it was a venue. Guys, this is wrong. We need to go. There's no exit. We're stuck. Okay, no more guessing. We're treating this like a maze. No splitting up. No one was planning to.
Chloe, get your ass over here.
This isn't real. 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 What the fuck is that? Fucking dinosaur! I don't know what's waiting for us. Maybe none of us get out of this. Did you see that? But if this place wants to break us, it'll have to earn it. Let's give them a show. These have to lead somewhere. Something's powering this place.
You're here to witness. Let's watch that replay! That fucking replay!
I don't think they disappeared. I think they just kept going. No one say it'll be fine.
Yeah, so I mean, like, that's wild as fuck, right? This trailer shows too much. Well, it's not. It's a proof of concept more than it's a trailer, you know. But just there's something there like, not fucking dinosaurs. Fucked. Like, holy shit. The thing is, if you know Movie Perp, you know, like the dude's got a fucking imagination. All right, the guy's like, he's got an imagination, and he just goes for it. And I give him credit. He just leans into the weird. You know, he's got that one trailer that's like the Vietnam meets the Ring. Fucking, that's cool. You know, he's got that one, that Holly B one, where it's like all the clones or whatever of like all trying to kill each other. Like, that's cool. You know, I mean, there's some AI isms, obviously, but that, as far as, you know, like a compelling found footage trailer, like that's fucking wild. And yes, throws everything at the fucking screen. And I'm not saying that would actually, he's got the juice for this kind of stuff. Yeah. Yeah. It's I want to see what he does with it. And the thing is, this stuff is getting cheaper and cheaper and cheaper and cheaper and cheaper, you know, and it's getting more and more and more and more and more impactful, you know, like, or I should say, no, I don't want to say necessarily impactful, but I mean, like, it's getting more and more and more engaging in many ways. And you know, anyone can really make some weird shit. And I think people are really gonna fucking start to kind of get into some of this weird shit. So I want to show you guys this is, I'm just going to show you guys this whole thing here. You want a kaiju film that's like Godzilla but with a rooster, we can make that happen, right? That's the whole thing. So here's the thing. I'm not going to show you, we are going to watch this whole thing, but it's 13 minutes. We're going to watch it later. I'm just going to tease it right now. So Neil Blomkamp, all right, writer director of District 9, Elysium, Chappie, director of Gran Turismo, I think he did one called Demonic that came out during COVID. Blomkamp is an interesting fella, okay, because like his early work is amazing. Like fucking Alive in Joburg, as far as a short goes, is great. Tetraval was great. That, you know, Joburg was inspiration for District 9. Tetraval was inspiration for Chappie, you know, and everything. And this guy, he has a unique voice and he has things I think he wants to say, but I don't quite know what happened. He dipped out for a number of years after Chappie kind of came and went like a wet fart. He dipped out and started doing his own short films over at Oats Studios. And those are some really interesting and compelling short films. And he did a couple of them using Unity, the video game engine, as a way to get into the digital filmmaking space and kind of hone the craft there. So now he is working on AI, as I figured he would be, like, if anything, like, you know, an established film director who people still do to some extent talk about favorably, would have gone and worked on AI and would have gone and done something that's kind of fascinating. Now, here's what he says. Right? Nightborn is the first full test AI film I've made. It was made using Seedance 2.0. I've been experimenting with AI for a couple of years, and now it's at the point where I want to tackle a feature film in this format. This is a 13-minute test start. It was made with real concept artists and features the faces and voices of 32 real people. Barley Studios will be my new AI studio for creating my own films, the way Oat Studio was for traditional film and VFX. So he's got the thing there. I just want to show you guys. This is like a 44-second like tease. You know, not the full thing, but it kind of gives you an idea.
Product. A soldier that costs nothing to lose.
I want to know what actually happened to my wife. A friend came to see me. He was on the rescue that night. He told me she was alive when they pulled her out of that cockpit. Well, I can tell you with certainty that your friend is mistaken. Nate, what's really going on?
This is about the fact that my wife didn't die the way you all say she did. That's what this is about!
That's the product.
So there we go. That's just a little teaser of Nightborn. What up, Chris? How you doing, buddy?
AI will never take over my passion.
Thank you, Brandon.
AI will never take over my passion. I was driving home. I heard you say you're going to do something on Doom. I did see Odyssey, but it's like, do I really want to talk about it? I enjoyed it. I told you guys that last week. I think it's fucking great. It's a different side of Matt Damon. And all the chuds got egg on their face, which leads me to what I want to tell you. I was in the SUV with my daughter and three of her friends, because here in the Midwest, and it only happens here in the Midwest and certain parts of Europe, but if the temperature matches equally with the humidity, we get flat out thunderstorms without rain. So they call them lightning storms, but they're not. So a few days ago, I pushed the issue telling my kid, watch Obsession, watch Obsession, watch Obsession. It's fucking insane. Watch Obsession. I've watched it twice. It's one of those movies that's sticking with me. So this lightning storm comes about a half hour away where my kid lives, and they won't watch it alone. They won't watch it alone. I'm like, it's not that kind of horror, guys. You can handle it. It's about Crazy Bitch. Okay.
Yeah.
You know, and they're like, no, we want you to come over. And there's tacos here, and I made it with. And when she dropped I made it with the diabetic stuff. I was like, "Fuck!" Now I'm locked into this shit, right? Because I told him to watch the movie, and she made tacos. So I go over there, and I literally have bruises on my chest and my back because I don't want to ruin it for anyone who hasn't seen Obsession. But you know the scene I'm talking about, Maddie. Have you seen Obsession?
Yeah, I've seen it twice now. Yeah.
Okay, so you know the scene I'm talking about, the one scene.
Yeah.
Where the bitch comes running head first, like straight up.
Yeah.
A linebacker. Yeah. 4 teenage girls all jump on me at the same time screaming. So I'm fucking deaf, and I got fucking bruises all over my body from my kids and my like fucking nieces and nephews. It was fucking crazy, but it was funny. So I had to drive home, and I was like, and I heard you say on the radio, because the kids were like, heard me listening to you, and they're like, is that your friend Matt from Seattle? And I'm like, why the fuck do y'all think he's not cool enough to be from Seattle? He's not from Seattle. Stop thinking that. Okay.
I'm from outside Seattle.
He's from right outside Seattle, okay, where the real people live. Fuck Seattle. Yeah. And anyway, they started asking all these questions because they've been listening to me on your shit on the replay sometimes, and sometimes they're probably listening live right now, okay? And they started asking me these questions. Is that your friend Matt? I was like, yeah, that's my friend Matt, and he's from Washington, but he's not from Seattle. And what's a chud, Dad? And I'm like, you're a fucking baby. You're like literally a baby millennial. You came in at the very tail end of, I think, 2006, millennial or Gen Z?
That would be Gen Z.
Okay. So I'm like, you're a baby millennial, and the rest of you are Gen Zers, and you don't know what a fucking chud is? And then I remember from Chicago, and chud means something different there. Chud means the same thing that chud means in like Jersey, an ugly fucker, you know?
Yeah,
like
or cannibalistic humanoid underground dweller.
Yeah, or an old horror movie. I told him, so I had to explain. So I explained to my kids what a chud was and why we kept using that term, and then I had to explain what grifting was and what the chuds were doing. They wanted me to explain. Well, are they doing it on purpose to follow the algorithm, or do they just want to make people mad? I said both. They knew the Odyssey was going to be big, okay, but because there was some controversy in the casting, like everybody wants to say, they used that to act like they hate the movie when really they're going to go see it and they're going to talk shit about it just to piss people off, to please their audience. And so I explain all that to them, and I'm like, guys, I got to go, man. I got to go. And you can learn about this stuff if you they watch a different, kids, man, Gen Zers watch a different kind of YouTube than us. And if they can even pay attention to YouTube for more than 17 seconds, you're shocked. They were flat out interested in this shit, man. Like they might as well have made a bowl of microwave popcorn and sat in a circle like we were at a campfire. They were really that's what a grift is. That's what a chud is. That's why the fucking video game guys being such a bitch. They're talking about Angry Joe. That made me laugh. When my kid said that's why the video game guys being such a bitch.
What did Angry Joe do? Are you talking like the Supergirl thing? Because he was fucking losing it over.
No, he went off. Here's what he did. He went off on people for the shit they were saying about the Odyssey. And I'm like, bro, you're falling right into this. I used to love Angry Joe till he went too woke. I can deal with liberals. I'm a fucking liberal, but he is so super woke.
I wouldn't go that far. I wouldn't go that
far. He's crashing out, bro, over a fucking movie.
I mean, let me look it up. Yeah. Well, the thing with Angry
Joe. Then he doxed somebody. He doxed who he thought was yellow, whatever the fuck, who nobody likes, but you still don't dox him if you don't like him. You don't dox him. You know what I mean? Like, Joe, what are you doing? You've got a brand, bro. You have millions of followers. You are a fucking influencer. Okay. And your video game stuff, everybody loves. What are you thinking? He doxed the wrong guy, Matt. He doxed one of Yellow Flash's fans who was some sort of cancer survivor. And now he's getting a fucking ton of backlash for it. Because what happens if some fucking nut job goes out there and hurts that fan? It's not even really Yellow Flash. Like, what are you doing, Joe? Anyway, that's what happened. And that's why, and my kids really like Angry Joe. They kind of grew up with him. Like no joke. He's been around that long. He's been around as long as we have. I mean, I've been doing YouTube since 2010, bro.
I am in 2 of his end of the year video gaming controversy videos. I'm in like 2014 and 20. I think I'm in 2013 and 2014.
I know, Kunst. I will give you that. That's one thing that my generation and the tail end of Matt's generation, we really weren't. I mean, I got a little political, believe it. Look, at one time, I hate telling people this because they get it wrong, but Maddie knows. At one time, I was actually an activist, guys. I went out and marched for Clinton. I went out and marched for Matthew Shepard when he got killed for being gay. I went out and marched for that shit literally between prison sentences. And we weren't political. We did activism like race relations and shit like that. But we were not political generations. This whole political thing is a new, younger thing. Maddie, I think that's maybe one of the reasons the Gen Zers love the prequels more than the original trilogy, because it's so fucking political. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, I think they also grew up with it and it just kind of hit at a different time, right?
Yeah. I mean, we grew up with our trilogy and they got theirs. I get it, but you know what I mean? So I know how smart the young people are. I know, Kunz. They're fucking smart. They're political. They're activists, but a lot of them just don't understand us fucking boomers, man. They just don't, man. I get called a boomer all the time. I'm Gen X. And Maddie is Gen X. We are a lost generation. Do you know that?
I'm millennial. I'm Zennial.
Oh, you are a fucking millennial. No, are you an elder millennial? Like, what's her face?
Yeah, I was born in 82. Yeah.
Okay, so you're like Eliza. You're an elder millennial. Okay.
It's also, the new term is also called Zennial.
Stop making up new shit. You guys keep
it's not new shit. It's not new shit. The idea there, look, dude, the idea there is, okay, you know how Blade is like the Daywalker?
Yeah, right? He's bad as fucking.
We're like the daywalkers of generations. So what that means is that like we had an analog childhood but a digital adolescence, right? Like I can program your VCR, okay, and I can also fucking use a rotary phone.
I don't understand though. Like Gen Z, no, really, it's weird because Gen Z, it is. Gen Z is like their own thing, yet the boomers were their own thing. But the millennials and the Gen Xers, man, we can actually have conversations. You know what I mean? We can actually relate to each other because we did have we had the dial-up modems, and now we have touchscreen smartphones. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We've watched it all grow from the beginning. I've watched it since War Games when you had to put your phone on the modem. You know what I mean?
Oh, I remember those. Yeah.
Like them were the old fucking days when you had to be rich to even have internet. You had to, I mean, that shit was hundreds of dollars a month. But the Gen Zers, I feel bad for them because they're having to put up with like a lot of shit, man. And some of them just don't know what a chud is or a fucking. Some of them don't even know why we use the term X, millennial, outer millennial, or Gen Z. Like some of them don't even know that. They're so off in their own fucking worlds.
Yeah.
You know, and my kids were really getting into it, man. They thought it was great learning that stuff. And her friends were getting into it. And I expect your viewership to go up just a little bit. Because I think a lot of these people are going to start watching you. Because I'm on here and I've always tried to hide it. No, really, not from that came out wrong. That came out way wrong. I've always
you're gonna blow up. Like my daughter.
I've always tried to hide it from my kid. Yeah, I meant to say I've always tried to hide it from my kids so they can't come at me with the cringe shit. You know what I mean? Like when I get cringe, or I get a little too high or whatever, or, you know, or I get some backlash. You know, because your audience has never ever like agreed with me 100%. They've never had a problem with pushing back on me. That's why I think I love them so much. It's my favorite audience, you know?
Well,
I've tried to hide it. I didn't mean I'm embarrassed of Matt Jarbo. I fucking love Matt Jarbo. I'll say it right now, motherfuckers.
I will say that what I appreciate about this audience is that like we can disagree over a fair amount, and I'll yell at them, yell at me. It's great. And it's a lot of fun. So I come back to it because I enjoy it. You know, if I didn't enjoy it, I wouldn't do it. You know, so in this, but in this particular case though, the chud stuff is fascinating just because like it is starting to look like they are losing a fair amount of their relevance.
They got egg on their face, bro. And a lot of people are hard. And a lot of people are starting to pull back from that shit, you know?
Oh yeah.
You know, the whole woke is over shit.
I don't know if I'd say woke is over.
I think the whole too woke is over. You know, like you saw that video where the guy walked into the college at Central Florida and there was a transgender girl there flipping the fuck out because, like screaming as soon as the cop walked in. The cop's like, "Yo, hold on, I'm just here about a stolen car. What are you yelling about?" And then ended up getting arrested. I'm talking about that kind of so far left that you've lost the plot. And the right is just as bad. If you think talking shit about Elliot Page or Lupita Nyong'o is going to help your channel in any way, then deep down you are a fucking racist. That's just my opinion.
Yeah. Well, real quick here. So, you know how I was joking earlier? I don't know if you heard me talk about how somebody should record the fucking IMAX version of Odyssey.
Yeah,
they did.
I don't understand why. Are you shitting me? Where? On Twitter, I'll bet.
No. I was checking 4chan and because I peruse 4chan to see what they're talking about there. And someone dropped a fucking file name, not a link. And I was like, all right, let me see if it's popped up anywhere. And I found this they say it's the IMAX version of it. I'm not too sure. But it's just kind of thumbing through it real quick. It's looking pretty tasty.
The link, motherfucker. The one you did send me didn't work.
Man, listen, we don't fucking openly convey. Open. We do
not openly convey anyone sailing on the Black Pearl or the high seas.
Yeah. Fucking none of that.
I'm just saying, I want to see the balls someone had to actually do that. They're like the state now. The Capitol will send you a letter and say cease and desist. Stop downloading this. Stop watching this. Don't go to any of these fucking links or else. And then they will send you and if you do, they will send you a fine. My boy got fined $480 for watching fucking He-Man. He could have watched that shit a week ago. Or he could have, it was a week ago he did this. He could have watched that shit tonight. It hit fucking Amazon tonight, I think. What is the date? And if you don't pay it, they will come arrest you.
Tomorrow. It hits tomorrow.
Okay, you're right. Yeah, tomorrow.
The 22nd.
Yeah. So he could have watched that shit and got fined $480, I
don't know how the fuck that happened. But then again, listen, like the circles I run in, I've been doing this for fucking 2.5 decades.
Yeah, I know exactly. I know the ones
circles, and I don't even do it anywhere near as much as I used to. I really don't. But like, I've always been curious again about it's to me, I don't know how you might view the whole piracy thing. It's more about like the collection rather than it is like the actual watching of it. Like most of the movies I've downloaded, I've never even watched.
Being an artist, I don't think you got to live by the artist code. And rule 1 is you never shit on somebody else's art. And rule number 2 is you never steal somebody's art. And, rule number 2, I don't know if that falls into rule number 2. I think it maybe does, Movies are an art form. They're a huge art form. They're a huge part of art, of everything. They bleed into everything. Very few people watch movies, or very few people don't watch movies, You got the book people and all that, and that's great. And you got your, I got a couple friends that they'll watch TV, but they don't go to the movies. But
it's kind of like
it is art, and I think that when we do that,
the kid who directed Backrooms, right? Kane Parsons. He's even like, I don't really watch movies. He's like, I watch a lot of TV. And
here's what blew me away. Do you guys know who Miles Teller is? Everyone knows who Miles is, right? Whiplash, fucking Top Gun Maverick, the greatest movie of 2025, The Gorge. You know what I mean? Like, he's never went and watched one of his performances. He'll watch the dailies, but that's it to see if he got it right. He's never seen one of his own movies.
It's one of those things where it's like, I hate even watching myself, So like,
I don't know. I know those people that if they hear their own voice, they freak out. Like I remember people used to like tape record.
It's the only way I orgasm now. I have to hear myself.
There you go. Fuck it. If you love yourself that much, I love myself that much.
I'm a narcissistic.
You know what I mean?
Person. That's how much I love
the big question out now is
hold on. Check this out. So look at this. This is a screenshot from that's being passed around right now.
That's actually really good.
That's clear as shit.
Yeah.
Wow. That is clear as shit.
It's a camp too. Holy shit.
It's just like, it is just very much, interesting. It's interesting in my opinion to just kind of like look at that and be like, man, like that's how fast that like you guys got to understand. If I could find it.
Well, name me forth how many movies you actually like him in. Okay, because I find him annoying as shit. Okay,
Well,
I'm one of the few people that can't stand. I can't stand The Social Network. I think that movie
also needs to identify a movie that he likes.
No, I know Forth is picky, but he's got stuff he loves. He does outside of Snyder stuff. He's watched Backrooms at least 3 or 4 times that I know of. I mean, he's got other stuff that he likes, but me, I'm just not a fucking Jesse Eisenberg fan. But there are some things I like him in. I thought he was mildly funny in Zombieland. I loved him in Adventureland. That is Jesse Eisenberg, right?
Yeah.
Okay. There was one I think where he was like an American Sleeper Cell with some chick, and they worked at like
American Ultra.
Ultra. That was dope. That was really dope.
Yeah, that was a fun one because that was written by Max Landis.
Now the one that I watched last night that Brodan wouldn't leave me alone. You guys all know Troy. Y'all know Brodan, big mouth, little motherfucker. He wouldn't leave me alone until I watched some movie called. I'm gonna say it right, but I think it's spelled Redux, but I think it's pronounced Redo. Redux. And this is
Van Damme?
No, it was some girl who was going to every dimension, like everywhere all at once. Like that's like, but the premise was I'm going to every dimension to kill the man that murdered my daughter. And I thought it was such a cool premise. I thought it was such a cool premise.
I've heard of that one, yeah.
And then I watched it and I was like, holy shit, man, these I call them high budget indie. I don't really like the term B movie unless it's actually a B movie. This is just one of those, labors of love that someone put out there, spent a lot of money, and nobody watched it. I don't know what we call those movies now, Maddie, but
well, they're called streaming movies.
Yeah, I guess. Because I heard you talking about Chappie, and I thought Chappie was really good. And I agree with you. I understand why a guy like that would be interested in AI.
Yeah,
but I won't let AI take my passion.
Yeah, well, hold up here. Let me show you this, right? So we're talking about, I just want to point out quality real quick, okay? So this is a VCD that I found of Spider-Man from 2002. This is the opening, the intro. Just to show you, like, this was a cam that someone did 24 years ago.
Wow, that's crazy.
Right? And, like, to show you, like, how...
back when you would have had to download it megabytes at a time.
This is actually better than I think it was. We have this is actually better. This is the opening the Spider-Man 2002 VCD. I don't know, man. This feels way better quality than what I saw back then. Let me see what I can find here.
Some of the quality back then was good because it was easier to actually hook your shit to the projector. You didn't have to go full cam. You know what I mean? Now, because digital was just coming in and they had waited, the real stuff was leaving and the digital stuff was coming in. And a lot of those digital theaters, they didn't have any kind of like firewall where you could hook you had to actually use a laptop though. You couldn't use like a phone or anything. But a laptop, you could actually go in and record it from the projector while it played. Now you can't do that. They got firewalls and they got actual security. And for a movie as big as Spider-Man, bro, that's crazy. They had cams of Spider-Man back in 2002. That's nuts, bro.
Do you know how big it was? It was 3 discs. It was 3 discs is what it was.
That's nuts. I do remember watching a bootleg copy of I was so excited for this one movie. It's going to sound dumb, guys. I'm sorry. I was so excited for this one movie. I couldn't wait. So I bought the DVD burn of it, the cam of it, because I had seen him in Pitch Black. I didn't know anything about this man. And I was like a Vin Diesel junkie. I'm like, who is this dude? You know what I mean? And then I saw that there was, and how long has it been since we had a good car movie? Gone in 60 Seconds between that and Fast and Furious? Like, really, how long was it that we went without a good car movie? And I saw the preview for that shit. And it was a short teaser trailer, and they showed the Dodge Charger, which my daddy had. My daddy had the exact same car, it just wasn't as pimped out as that. Flipping up over that Supra, and I went, I got to see this movie because that's the guy from Pitch Black. You guys got to remember, Vin Diesel wasn't a household name back then, guys. Like he just wasn't. I don't
Well,
see
the first time.
Okay,
I
I'll give
remember-
Spherical, Baby Driver, and Driver both excellent. You're right, Eric. Okay, thank you guys. There's two good ones.
I'll tell you this: the first time I saw Vin Diesel that I remember seeing Vin Diesel was actually there was a 60 Minutes episode, I think, or maybe it was Dateline, that was talking about like up and coming independent filmmakers, and one of them was like Vin Diesel, because this was like after Saving Private Ryan. Because that was the first time I saw him in Saving Private Ryan, but I didn't know who he was.
I didn't know. I knew that some guy got chewed up by a sniper, but I had no idea. I just thought he was an extra.
Yeah. But then
I seen Pitch Black, and I went, "Holy shit, this dude's good."
And then, of course, well, not only that, but you had Darren Aronofsky was also in the special as well.
Yeah, that's the only reason I can sit through Social Network. That's him, right? That's like his big claim to fame, isn't it?
Darren Aronofsky? No,
yeah.
that was David Fincher.
No. Who wrote it?
Sorkin.
Sorkin, that's his name. Sorkin. Okay, that dude's
Aronofsky did Pi. That was his first movie.
Yeah. I always get those two mixed up, man. I do. Just like I get the guy that made I always get Crichton mixed up with
Criterion.
No, I always get Crichton mixed up with God damn it, I can't even think of his name now. But I always get him mixed up with that dude. And I always get the only one I never get mixed up is my favorite.
Descriptive there.
Well, I'm trying to think of his name, man. I'm trying to think of a movie he did, but Michael Crichton was like the dinosaurs, and then oh no, I always get what Zemeckis. I always get Zemeckis mixed up with Crichton. I know that sounds crazy, but I do, man. I get Zemeckis mixed up with Crichton. You know how many years I thought Spielberg directed Back to the Future? You know how many years I didn't realize that was a Zemeckis film?
I mean,
I remember his other films. He did a lot of that John Hughes type of shit. Remember? I mean, that's kind of where he started, Zemeckis.
Well, Zemeckis has done, he's done a lot. Okay, so I just Googled it. He is not direct. I was wondering if he had directed anything written by Michael Crichton, and it turns out he hasn't.
Yeah, that's why I don't know why I get him mixed up, but I do.
Well, I mean, Richard Donner directed Timeline, which came out in 2002.
And another movie that I actually enjoyed, my brother liked, and
awesome.
I thought it was time. But you could only time travel to Dungeons and Dragons land. I thought that was cool as shit. Couldn't go anywhere else.
I thought it was great that
Ivan Reitman, I get mixed up a lot too, because I always forget. That's Ghostbusters, and what else did Reitman do? And his daughter, I used to watch her. She had like a review channel on here not so long ago. I can't remember what the channel was called, but it was Ivan Reitman's daughter, and I always thought she was hot for some reason, man. But I can't think of her name. And she's in a show now on Netflix that she produced and directed called
and daughter.
She had a whole Grace Randolph thing going on YouTube, and she was funny.
He's got two daughters. He's got Carolyn Reitman and Catherine Reitman.
I think it's Catherine. Yeah, it's Catherine.
Okay.
And she had a YouTube channel.
Oh, okay. I can see the resemblance.
Yeah, and she was. I always thought she was hot when she did the cosplay stuff, and I just remember Ghostbusters, but I know he did way more than that. Reitman did was it Groundhog Day, or I know he did some shit with Bill Murray in it, but
that was Groundhog Day was Harold Ramis.
Yeah, see, I get all those like those late 80s guys mixed up, and I think the reason I do is because that's when they were coming into their own. Like we watched it happen.
Okay, here's the thing. Okay, so
the Coppolas, the De Palmas.
But Zemeckis started off with his first feature. Well, I don't think his first feature film, but the big one that kind of got him was Used Cars with Kurt Russell.
Yeah, with Kurt Russell. Yeah.
So he did that one, and then he followed that one up with Romancing the Stone.
Romancing the Stone was a big one too. Yeah, that was a big movie, bro.
Film. And then
the second one, I didn't really like Jewel in the Nile, but I loved Romancing the Stone.
No, Jewel in the Nile was fun. It wasn't as great, but he also did Who Framed Roger Rabbit, and then then Back to the Future Part 2 and Part 3. He did those back to back. He did Death Becomes Her, which I could have sworn that was a Frank Oz movie.
Never could get myself to watch that one. I never could. Just like the one with Roseanne, where she made herself pretty by becoming a witch.
Oh, She Devil?
Yeah, I could never get into that one either. I've tried. Those are
Nah,
two.
She-Devil was fucking funny, dude. Because
I
you've got
couldn't-
like
now the Witches of Eastwick was really dope, and I always thought Cher was a great actress. No one gives her credit.
dude,
for-
that movie's horny. That movie is fucking horny.
Yeah, but look at the cast, bro. Look at, I mean, that's
yeah, Michelle Pfeiffer, Cher, Susan Sarandon.
I mean, at the time, that was not considered an all-star cast, but go back and look at it now.
I mean, that was
Yeah.
one, that was definitely like their Brenda Bach was in it too from like Alien. She, like, keeping up the cherries and shit. Like holy fuck, man. I don't know why I thought that Frank Oz was involved with fucking Death Becomes
I don't
Her.
know. There's a comic book one, or it's not. It's a superhero one, that was written, produced, and everything. And this is back before I appreciated Ben Stiller. Now I really appreciate Ben Stiller and his type of comedy, but I didn't before. Just like there was a time when I could not understand Will, Step Brothers, Saturday Night Live fame, probably after the Farleys and what the fuck is his name? He's doing the
Will Ferrell?
Yeah, Will Ferrell. I'm too high right now, man. There was a time I didn't appreciate his comedy, and now I love it. Now I understand it. Like I get it.
His
And they're
comedy
supposed-
really good.
Yeah, and so is Ben Stiller's. Once I seen things like the one where he marries the wrong girl and she's singing it. What the fuck's that one called? She won't stop singing in the car.
Will Ferrell comedy?
No, this one's a Ben Stiller.
All about. I think it's Polly something. Along came. No, not Along Came.
No,
Polly.
that's
Jennifer
this
Aniston.
is some blonde and Ben Stiller.
No, it's Malin Ackerman. It's Malin Ackerman.
Yeah, and that was the one that made me go, The Heartbreak Kid. Thank you, Music Man. That's
all right. Dude, that's got a really funny rendition of, or they got a really funny use of Under Pressure in that movie. Like when he's trying to like get back over the border and like he gets caught by the fucking border patrol.
When the part where they're in the car and she's singing every song, and then even the part where the fucking fiddle part on Devil Went Down to Georgia, and she's pretending to play a fiddle and like doing, I was like, I'm fucking done. This is fucking hilarious. And everyone says there's this hidden gem out there that I've never seen. And I thought I'd seen every Ben Stiller movie there is. But there's one out there where there's like, it correlates with superheroes. And he was dating the girl at the time. She was a big star, Janine Garofalo. He was dating her at the time they were doing that movie, and she's in it too. And like, I guess she throws bowling balls.
For one, if you're going to say the name of the movie, learn the name of Mystery Men.
Mystery Men. There you go. I didn't know the name of it.
Mystery Men is one of the quintessential, and I say this, I don't say this lightly. I don't say this in anything other than massive seriousness. It is the quintessential superhero movie of the late 90s.
See, so
like,
if you say that and you're saying, Chris, you're like, Ben Stiller, you should watch this. I can't believe you've never seen it, like you did with that John Carpenter movie. Wow, I am really high.
So
don't tell me. Big Trouble in Little China. Oh my God. Okay, Big Trouble in Little China. You talked me into watching that one. I did, and now I love it. So Mystery Men's good. Do you like it? Do you love it?
Mystery Men?
Yeah, you said it's the quintessential anti-superhero movie. Yeah.
Yes, it is. Okay, look at the cast.
But I can watch it free right now on YouTube if I want.
Look at the cast. Janine Garofalo, Ben Stiller. She's the bowler, right? He's Mr. Rage or something? You've got Hank Azaria.
Okay, he's funny.
You've got fucking Pee Wee Herman. This was Paul Rubens,
coming out after the jerk
William H. Macy. You got Jeffrey Rush as the bad guy. You've got Greg Kinnear as like the superhero that they accidentally kill. All right. You've got Eddie Izzard in it. You've got a cameo by Michael
Eddie Izzard. That's the one that that's the, I don't know if he's transgender or not.
I think
is he a drag queen?
Yeah, well, it's kind of in between.
He's super funny, bro. He or she is super funny.
There was because their first comedy special that I saw was Dressed to Kill.
Yeah, we'll go with they. I like that, Maddie. Good
I
job.
think they works, right? Because
you've learned how to cover your ass, motherfucker. You don't want to get canceled again.
Well, I honestly, in many ways, it's kind of hard. I don't know how Eddie responds.
Yeah, and I try to respect. Honestly, I mean this. I try to respect anyone who chooses that lifestyle. I really do. But it's just sometimes I don't know. I just don't.
If you go back and you watch Dressed to Kill from 2000. They start off the show by going like, because Eddie is dressed as a woman. He's cross-dressing in this comedy special. And he goes like, I'm an executive transvestite, you know, running, jumping, climbing trees, putting on.
Right, but I thought you weren't allowed to say that word anymore. You
No,
can't
he said
say
it in the comedy show. That's
you
what it
can't
is.
say transsexual
No,
or
dude, it's
transvestite.
No, I'm an executive transvestite.
Yeah, it's crazy how
Running,
the
I just
rules keep
love that. Like
changing.
running,
You
jumping,
know?
climbing trees, putting on makeup, and you're up there. That's where it is.
So
The whole, like,
and
but that's where
they are in Mystery Men. That's pretty cool.
Yes,
I forgot
they're
about
the-
Tom
they're
Waits,
like the
man.
henchmen, like the second henchman in command sort of thing, right? Like the part of the villain. It's great because
Tom Waits is this is the same guy. He was also a musician. Am I wrong?
Oh yeah, Tom Waits is in it too. I think
And he was a musician, right? Because I'm almost positive I saw him. No, I'm thinking of Nick Cave. I'm thinking of Nick Cave, not Tom Waits.
Yeah, Tom
No,
Waits is in it.
But I saw him at Lollapalooza. I saw yeah, I want to say Tom Waits is also a musician.
Yeah,
He's
Tom
a
Waits is a
musician.
musician. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so I've seen him too. He was at Lollapalooza also. Him
Yeah.
and Nick Cave. I fucking knew. I knew, man.
I mean, but the idea that, but again, like Mystery Men is fucking phenomenal. It's phenomenal.
I'm gonna watch it. No, it gives me something to watch, man.
Have you never seen it?
No, I've never seen it. It's
There-
the only
there
Ben
is
Stiller.
one- there
It's
is
the
a
only
cameo.
Ben Stiller movie I've never seen.
There is a cameo by a comedian in the movie, and I'm not going to say who it is, but you're going to laugh when you see him. Maybe not necessarily because it's like the good way.
If it's a good cameo though, I will laugh. I appreciate a good cameo, man. You know,
I'm going to find this here.
old school breaking of the fourth wall. I really appreciate that. Before Deadpool made it like something that's not even funny anymore. Like well, I won't say it that way. I'll say Deadpool made it something to where it's only funny for him now. Anybody else that tries it, it flops. It falls flat on its face.
Here, I'm going to show you this. This is the Eddie Izzard executive transvestite bit from Dress to Kill.
In the army when I was a kid. Yes, and I say that people go, "Oh, no, I was going to be in the army when I was a kid." Because if you're transvestite, you're actually a male tomboy. That's where the sexuality is. Yeah, it's not drag queen. No, gay men have got that covered. And this is male tomboy, and people do get them mixed up. And they put transvestite there. No. A little bit of a crowbar separation, thank you. I think would agree. And it's male lesbian. That's really where it is. Okay?
So this person was ahead of their time with jokes like that.
Yeah.
Fancy girls, so fancy women. So that's where it is. So running, jumping, climbing trees, putting on makeup when you're up there. That's where it is. Yeah.
Yeah, and I really appreciate British humor. I do. It's a lot of people are like, I don't get it, but it's, you know, but then you watch sitcoms like Coupling, which is basically Friends with sex and a lot of cussing in it.
Yeah.
You know, like British humor is like, I'm not going to go back and watch like Red Dwarf or anything like that, you know, like fuck that. But I will watch like Black Books and Coupling, and everyone's always like, Chris, man, you go watch Downton Abbey, and I'm like, guys, I don't give a fuck about a bunch of old rich people. Like,
dude, now that's fucking good though.
It probably is. What's the other one that's on HBO? I'm sure it's good too, but I just don't want to watch a bunch of shit about rich people.
Well, you know, it's got a lot of competing storylines. It's pretty interesting shit there. I can't complain. I like Downton Abbey a lot.
No, a lot of people do. A lot of people do. You know,
So-
but I bet it is good.
Have you seen real quick? I just want to ask you this before I do want to get into the. I need to answer some
Doomsday. Yeah, we got to get into Doomsday.
I want to ask.
I always come. I'm sorry, guys. I always come in here and I sidetrack
Because
shit.
you come in stoned. Fuck. Like you're.
Well,
funny.
no, I just like talking about this kind of shit with you guys.
But
This
are
is
you high?
what- this
Are
is
you high
fun.
right now? Are you?
Yeah,
high?
but I'm not high on what you think I'm high on. You know.
I don't know what you're high on. I don't get high. I can't legally because of my job.
Okay, well, I'm sorry. It's
So,
not
you
weed
know.
this time. It's I'm a little fucked up from the painkillers they got me on, and I got to be careful
Like, it ain't
because
the weed, it's the Percocet.
I don't want to get strung out on the shit
Okay.
again because
Well,
that's
did
what
you see-
got me.
Well, here,
So
check.
I have to
Okay.
be. No. This is prescribed. I didn't like
I'm
fucking go
not,
out.
dude, I ain't fucking judging. I'm trying to. Okay, so you see this Doomsday poster here, right?
Yeah.
Cool looking Doomsday poster. Did you see the variant that they put out? Marvel's throwing everything at the fucking wall with this movie. Right?
I don't know why. I think it's gonna do great.
No. Look at this.
There's fucking Ghostbusters 2.
Yeah, dude, fucking Vigo the Carpathian, man.
I love you, my friend. Oh, I love you too. When they reversed this time, I always thought that part was cool. You know, when I was a kid, I used to get pumped up when that Bobby Brown song would come on. You know, like I would get amped up because I really did love Ghostbusters too. But remember, they were in jail again or something, and this time they had to let him out. And when they let him out, they played that Bobby Brown song.
Yeah, well, that was
Lose Control or something like that. Yeah,
the thing I have said about Ghostbusters 2016 is that it finally proved that Ghostbusters 2 was a good movie. Because no one I know who I grew up with who watched Ghostbusters 2 as a kid was like, this is a bad movie. No, it's a great film. I know, but when I saw this poster of the Doomsday, right, thing, I was like, what just immediately came to my mind was like fucking Vigo the Carpathian. And I just think that makes it better. I just think that makes it better. You know, he's bowing to Vigo the Carpathian.
I don't even, but I bet I've seen Ghostbusters 2 as much as I've seen Ghostbusters 1, man. And those are the ones that, have you ever, I don't know what it's called, but it may not be called anything. You grow up on a movie and you fucking love it. You think this movie's so good. I can't believe this movie bombed. Or you grow up on a movie that you love so much, and later on you don't go back and really watch them as much as say you would like Weird Science or The Breakfast Club or Goonies. Ghostbusters is like that for me. Yeah. And I know people that watch it every Halloween. It's part of their tradition. I can't remember last time I saw Ghostbusters, but I remember loving Ghostbusters too. But I couldn't tell you what a Carpathian is. What the fuck is a Carpathian?
Well, a Carpathian is just, I think it's just country.
Oh, okay. So
that's all.
Like Romania and shit, man. Like, dude.
You want to feel old? I just looked this up. Fucking,
I feel old now, bro.
Janine Garofalo is 61 years old.
I know, and there was a time I had a crush on her too. I thought she was funny.
I'm gonna guess. Let me take a stab in the dark on this one here. It's a movie called The Truth About Cats and Dogs.
Yeah, I like that one. Is that the one that had Uma Thurman in it?
Yes.
Yeah, she looked so good in that one, bro. And she had that grunge thing going on before grunge hit,
Yeah, she had that look. She had that look.
She had the cut off shorts,
like the Lisa Loeb look.
Yeah, exactly. She had that going on before like anybody else was really doing it. But I guess the Pacific Northwest was doing it. We just didn't know about it. You know what I mean? They were doing it up there. Y'all were doing it. We just didn't know until like we saw Eddie Vedder and Chris Cornell and you know what I mean? And fucking, I didn't follow that shit. I don't even like Nirvana, man. Is it sad Kurt did what he did? Yeah, sure. But all that fucking bitch made wine and shit. Oh man, it sucks that I'm super famous and totally fucking rich now and not poor anymore and can do all these things. And my album that I wanted people to hear actually got heard by people. It sucks so much. I'm going to kill myself. Fucking pussy.
Sorry, what? Who the fuck are you talking about?
Kurt Cobain.
Oh, no. I fully believe that I'm under.
You think Courtney did it, right? Everybody thinks Courtney did it.
I think Courtney influenced it. Now let me explain. So the other night I'm at work and I'm driving.
She may have, guys. Hold on. Give me a 30-second precursor. Spherical. She may have. Okay, but that doesn't mean he wasn't still whining all those years before he died.
I don't think she shot him, but I think it's possible that the shotgun ended up in his proximity, not so much on its own.
Well, I think he still had his one thing that blew me away is that he still had his like combat.
Blew him
he had
away?
His shoes on. He still had his shoes on. How do you pull the trigger with your toe? You still have your shoes on.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of people that talk about the Kurt Cobain thing. But anyway, listen. So I was listening to, because we were talking the other day about Crow City of Angels, right? And I'm driving, fucking had so much driving this weekend. I had time in the van, and I don't know why fucking Gold Dust Woman from Hole popped in my head. And I was like, I want to listen to this. It's been like a long time. And I listened, I'm like, man, Courtney Love sucks. Right?
Yeah, but she has some that I like. I can't lie. She's got some that I like. She does.
You see her boobs?
No. I'm talking about, she's got some songs I actually like.
Yeah, she's got
dick down. That's all. Go on, take everything I want you to. That one's a good one. Some of the stuff off of I don't know, like that'll make me all I wanna be, like, but whatever that album was.
I was just making a joke.
Yeah, I don't even. But her killing Kurt, I don't know, man. Like, I don't know, man.
I don't know. I feel like there was a toxic environment, and I think, the fact that she's got the rights to Nirvana, to all their music.
Yeah, yeah.
Notice how Hole hasn't put out anything in like 25 fucking years, right?
They haven't had to. Plus, they had 2 people die of overdoses that were in the band. She doesn't have to. Her and Dave Grohl are going to be fighting until the end of time. They supposedly buried the hatchet.
And then the downside though is that Dave Grohl cheated on his wife and got another girl pregnant.
Yeah, I get it. It sucks, but so did Arnold. Do you not love Arnold anymore?
Well, actually, it's funny because I got a clip here queued up about Arnold. I thought it'd be kind of funny to show.
Malibu's one I was thinking of. Music Man, thank you, man. He always comes in when I'm high like this. Music and Spherical always pop, just clutch, motherfuckers, bro. They're in, just you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I want them on my basketball team.
So this is Arnold talking about the infamous "I'll be back" line.
Jim, I would just rather say, I will be back. And I thought this was going to go right by. And he would say, say whatever you want, Yeah. And then and he says, I like it. I'll be back. And I said, no, what about a machine? I said, a machine will not abbreviate I'll. Plus, it sounds really weird when I said I'll. Right. It sounds weak. I said, why don't we say, I will be back? And he says, no, just say I'll be back. I said, but it's better I will be back. And he says, what does the goddamn script say?
Because you're being a pain in the ass.
I said, script says I'll be back. And he says, then say the fucking line, okay? I mean, I don't correct your acting, so don't correct my fucking writing. What's the matter with you, Arnold? But
yeah, no, and I love James. He's one of those dudes, don't take no shit on set, bro. Like none.
Like when he was
he fired that one dude.
Well, they were shooting aliens.
Aliens.
British crew likes their tea time.
Yeah, and he was getting so fucking mad, bro.
That.
And then he hated that he had to fire the guy that would later become Lord Raiden. He was in Warriors. I love that guy. I always forget his name. He got fired, and that's when they brought in. Yeah, and then that's what they brought in.
I'm like Lord Raiden, and I'm like going, what the fuck? Oh, it's fucking Mortal Kombat Annihilation. That's what you're talking about.
Yeah, and not Christopher. No, not Christopher.
Christopher Lambert. When the fuck did he work with Christopher Lambert?
No. The other guy. He was in Aliens, and there's actually a couple scenes that accidentally left in there with him where you can see him in the background. And Cameron hated that he had to fire him. He's like, I fucking love this dude's acting. I don't want to get rid of him, but if it's gonna hurt this movie. And the other girl, that I don't think he was married to, he might have been at the time. She's like a producer, like a super producer. This chick, man, she worked on Aliens with him. She didn't want to do it either, but she's like, you gotta do it. And then I wonder what Aliens would be with him in it. Would it still be as good without Michael Biehn? Would it?
Well, I mean, Hicks is a big part of the story.
Yeah, and this would have been a totally different actor playing it. And I don't think anyone really knew at the time, outside of Cameron and the insiders, knew what type of actors they were getting with Bane and Paxton. I don't think they had any clue what these guys would later on do. I mean, go look at all the Cameron movies. Michael Baine's in all the motherfuckers, bro.
Yeah, I know.
He's a big part of pop culture, and a lot of people don't even know his name is Michael Biehn. They go, oh, that one guy. Matter of fact, there's a whole documentary called, have you seen that documentary called You Were in That One Thing with That One Guy or whatever, or That One Guy? It's a documentary about actors that are like typecast and they're in all these movies and no one knows their names, Like we know it because we're movie heads, but who directed Frailty, guys? Anybody? Who directed Frailty? Thank you. See, motherfuckers don't know that. They get it wrong.
Well, that was his. I mean, that was his like.
That was his directorial debut, and it was like a fucking phenomenal movie. We had Powers Booth, we had Matthew McConaughey. Who
was the other?
Bill Paxton himself.
Yeah, Bill Paxton was the dad, but
and they never really showed his brother till the very end when he had to kill his own brother.
Well,
I never really.
Movie, so thank you for telling me.
Well, fuck you. Are you serious? Then why'd you say who was the other?
Because I was trying to remember who the fuck played the brother.
They didn't. He was like a no name that nobody really knew.
Oh, there you fucking
but
go.
But the story, fuck, man. Have you really not seen Frailty?
Nope.
Because if you haven't, I just blew the whole movie, not just the ending. I blew the whole fucking movie for you, man.
Yep, you did.
Don't say shit like that, Maddie. You made it sound like you'd seen it. Who was the other guy?
Just because I know the director doesn't mean that like I've seen the movie.
Yeah, it's a great movie with a serious twist, bro. Like it's still worth watching. You'll forget what I said.
Yeah, well, it's funny. I was watching. There's this new movie on Netflix with Sally Field called Remarkably Bright Creatures. No, it's super good. It's like super.
No, I'm laughing at Coons because he's fucking literally
took my passion away.
He's bullying me now.
It's like I was watching it and my kids had already seen it, and my daughter spoiled the ending, and then I totally forgot like what she had said.
Frailty is one of those rare movies where if you spoil the ending, you spoil
I've
the
seen the
movie.
trailer. I know the movie Frailty. I know the movie. I've just never seen the movie. We never,
but it's still worth watching.
Back in 2002, we never got it at the drive-in. So if we never got it at the drive, we got most new movies at the drive-in. So I'd see pretty much most everything. But like, if it wasn't there, there was a high probability that like I maybe would have caught it at home or would have caught it.
Guys like you and me lived in the video store. You never rented it?
Dude, I worked at a drive-in movie theater, not a video store. When that movie came out, I worked at Hollywood Video back in 1999. And that's when I watched a bunch of shit because I'd go and I'd rent everything.
That was right about the time it came out, too, man.
No,
Late
2002, 90s. Motherfucker. 2002.
Is it 2002?
Yeah, 2002. It was around like October-ish 2002, somewhere in there. Right?
It's
it was like
really good, man.
I remember it was a fall movie. And then like that would have put it on home video in 2003. And that's, like fucking Pirates of the Caribbean time and shit, man. That's like, fucking.
Yeah, see, I wasn't there yet. I was doing another bit, but.
Hold on. Drogo wants to know we should watch tonight TMNT 1990 or The Rocketeer. Have you seen?
Oh my God. They're both good.
2001. Okay, still 2001. It would have come out, whatever. Anyway, I would say
I would go with Turtles, man. You can never fail with Turtles.
Never a bad time, but if you've seen Turtles and you've never seen Rocketeer.
Oh, if you've never seen Rocketeer, yeah.
If Drogo's
I got to be careful and not spoil it for anybody, man. But he does have a jetpack.
Yeah.
In case you never rented it or it didn't come to your fucking drive-in. Wow, what a snob. What a fucking movie snob.
Rocketeer was like 1991. I was like,
still, say something like,
because you were like, you're like me, you're at a video store. I'm like, I was working at a theater at the time.
Yeah, but you still rented movies, motherfucker. Like, I bet you did.
Actually, no,
you really never. I guess you never had to, but they're playing one movie at your drive-in a night or three.
No,
how many?
No, we did 4 movies.
Oh, so you're getting 4 movies a night. But for how long? A month? A week?
Depends on how long we had Pirates of the Caribbean playing twice nightly with Finding Nemo for 11 weeks.
See what I mean? So there's other shit out there that you want to watch. You want to watch the same 4 movies for 11 weeks?
No, we wouldn't have them all. Sometimes you'd get them for a week. They come and they go. I think we did like 1 or 2 triple features in the time.
Well, that was the original question, Maddie. How many movies did you play a night?
We would play 6.
6 fucking. Okay, no wonder you never had to go. I've never even been to a drive-in that plays 6 movies in one.
We would do the first movie and so the main feature and then the co-feature and then the main feature would replay. So we did 6 movies a night.
Yeah, and I know, Spherical, you're kind of right though, because that's one of the rare movies, man, where if you blow the end, you blow the whole movie. Like that. I kind of blew it, but he made it sound like he saw it.
Well, it's like what movie was it? Fucking Butterfly.
24-year-old movie, man. Like you fucking haven't seen.
Right? It's like Butterfly Effect, right? I've seen Butterfly Effect.
Are you sure you've seen Butterfly Effect? Have you seen any of the alternate endings?
Where he like kills himself in the womb.
There's 3. There's the one where he kills himself.
That one. I don't think I ever saw that.
There's the one they went with. There's the one where he kills himself in the womb, and then there's the one where he kills her.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I need to watch. By the way, Spherical Man. I know the quote. I know the meme you're pulling from. The movie you're pulling from. He's basically he's quoting Mallrats. So hold on, let me get to some of these supers here because they've been kind of piling.
Yeah, do the supers. I'm gonna shut up.
Okay,
give me take a drink, and then
all right,
we'll talk about Doomsday.
Thank you. Sent you the History Buff impression video. Okay, thank you. I'll take a look at that later on. Soka here, thank you. Says TV is much better than movies in general. Some stuff just works better as shows than movies, like Harry Potter, just due to movies having 2 or 3 hour limit. So there are time limitations. I'm like, yeah, I mean, I'm not saying I disagree, but there's also some things you can get in and get out of. You know what I mean? You don't need like the long, drawn out haul for everything.
So you've seen it though, man? You have seen Butterfly Effect for real?
Yeah, we had it. Yeah.
Okay. And Eric, I know you've seen. You said it's a rough movie. Well, little note. I know at the end of the movie Oasis, there's a song called "Stop Crying Your Heart Out." That's the song my little brother was buried to, by request, by the way, because he loved Butterfly Effect so much. He wanted to be buried to that Oasis song because he understood the meaning of it. That's crazy that Eric was like, Butterfly Effect, I only seen once, but it was a rough movie. Yeah, I know, man. I can't watch it.
It's a solidly dark movie, but like you've got like you've got Ashton Kutcher, Amy Smart, Logan Lerman. I think that was his first movie.
And you're just waiting for him to switch up and be the Ashton Kutcher we know and be like, you're totally on punked, bro. But no, he rides it dark all the way out, bro.
Oh no, I know. I mean, like I remember like the whole thing where they go see Seven and shit. All right.
When the girl says when she's like, I'm a hooker, does that make you happy? You think it's funny, blah blah? And he starts crying. He goes, no, just the fact that you thought you had to use it to hurt me. I'm like, dude, what a fucking line, man. Ashton's got abilities I didn't know about, because I always just saw him as like another Rob Dyrdek. Fucking totally got you, bro. Like Robin Big.
He played the part, pretty well in the early 90s or in the early
TV generation. Anyway, it is a rough movie.
So here we go.
That
Okay,
Oasis song.
Freaky-delic here as Midnight's Edge doing X Film Isn't Woke Now with Odyssey. I was looking at their videos here, and they're still saying that it's pretty woke. Here's their latest videos.
It's insane, bro. Like just it's insane.
Real reactions hit. I mean, Nolan thinks you should shut the fuck up. Nolan deserves your anger. The media minions praise the Odyssey. I mean, like it's just all. Lupita goes full Rachel Zegler.
Yeah, no, she doesn't, and it's not like the greatest movie ever. But I saw people saying it was better than Lord of the Rings. Shut the fuck up.
Citizen Vigilante humiliate Supergirl in Hollywood established. It really didn't.
No, this is all bullshit. It's a good movie, and the woke shit they're talking about doesn't even take up 5 minutes of screen time in a 3 hour.
Look at this here, like the channels that they get compared to, Disparu, who's a fucking moron. And Nerdrotic, who is
that the weird one, the British one with like the fucking pirate tooth all the way to the left of his mouth? It's like dark black.
I can't. I never look at these people like I know.
Yeah, that's Desperate, I think. Yeah,
but yeah, I don't know. I haven't. I mean, again, I used to roll with those guys like a long time ago. I don't know what the fuck happened. They fucking sold out. They sold out. And the thing is that they fucking suck. They just suck ass. All right, Soka here for 2. Thank you. Says I want a goth chick to use my face as a chair. I wish you luck in that one.
John Leguizamo was one of my favorite parts of the movie, and I wasn't expecting that either.
Yeah.
Now the shit he says outside of his art, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck.
He likes to run his mouth. I've noticed.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck if he hates white people or he hates me. Or
no, he doesn't. He'll always, because what it is you got to understand. Like, I don't think they go out and they seek these answers, right? I think the media will like ask him these questions because
they frame it, they set it up and frame it. Yeah,
and then he wants to answer it, and then he wants to not, because if he answers it like and he kind of downplays it. Right, then he's going to get called out by his own community of like, why didn't you answer the question?
But we don't need a fucking TED talk, Maddie. And sometimes we'll get one from him, dude. But outside of that, I don't care what he says. I've loved John Leguizamo for a long time, man. I didn't like that Pest movie, but everything else.
How the fuck do you not like the Pest?
Just one of those like what was
Mambo? What? Oh, yeah, come on! It's literally
he's dancing in the shower and shit with his clothes on. It's just weird. I don't like slapstick that kind of comedy.
Oh my god, dude, that shit made me laugh so
hard. I don't want
to
to sidetrack us again, but there was one with the guy from The Young Ones, a British comedy, and some little girl, and it was just like The Pest, but it was like some British guy.
I don't have no fucking idea what that.
Yeah, well, it would have came out. You would have been young, but there's one just like it, man.
Okay. I mean, the Pest is literally the most dangerous game. That is what it's adapting. The most dangerous game of just like hunting someone in the woods, and it's like a fucking idiot. And you got Jeffrey
Drop Dead Fred. Thank you, Spherical. These motherfuckers are clutch, bro.
The best line in Drop Dead Fred is when he slides underneath Phoebe Cates' mom's skirt, and he looks up and he just goes, "Cobwebs." Implying that she's just not getting.
They licensed that as a kids movie. You know that, right? Like they marketed, not licensed. They marketed it as like a kids movie, like 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 a kid. I don't know.
No. They did. It was one that I saw. It was meant to be like it wasn't as dark in the marketing. Okay, hold on here. So Soka says Mystery Men is a classic. And then also Can't Stand Dane Cook because Dane Cook has a cameo in Mystery Men. It's very close. But here's the thing. The guy who played Doug Jones, the guy who was the body and voice of Abe Sapien in Hellboy 2, also the body of Abe Sapien in Hellboy 1. He cameos also in Mystery Men as I think Pencilhead. And then like, or is it Eraserhead or something like that? And then like his son is like, I'm son of Eraserhead, or what the fuck it is. It's a great film.
Kind of spherical, but they marketed it like Problem Child, which was innocent. You know, John Ritter, I want to say. Was it Ritter? I loved Ritter before he died on whatever that show was before the girl left and Penny became Penny on just How to Date My Daughter, 8 Rules or some shit.
Yeah. 8 Rules for Dating My Daughter.
He was in it, and that redhead that in real life was married to him.
Seagal. No, Amy Yaspek.
Yeah, was and Problem Child was funny, but they marketed Drop Dead Fred like that.
I can't believe Amy Yaspek played his wife in the first movie and then his love interest in the second movie.
They were married in real life. Why wouldn't they?
No. I know that. Yeah. But it was like, but the fact that she went from basically being like a gold digging bitch in the first movie to being this really loving like nurse.
Yeah, I love redemption
daughter.
Arcs like that. I fucking love that's one of my favorite things, man, is redemption arcs in a movie.
Hold on.
Now, nothing beats a good revenge story.
Yeah.
Outside of that,
heavy, don't hold back, grind it slow, or bounce it fast, and make this moment. I don't know what line is that from. Do you know this line? Park it heavy, don't hold back, grind it slow, or bounce it fast, make this moment truly. I don't know what that is.
No, that could be like a little naughty thing like Batmobile Lost at Will thing, or it could be a rap song. I don't know.
it could be either or, many different things. Okay, so let's take a look here at the Doomsday trailer.
Yeah, I've seen it, and just this one I won't even sidetrack us on this one. Check it out. I woke up to it. Brodin had sent me it, and Julie. I don't know if you guys remember Julie, Belfast, Ireland. Fucking I didn't like it at first. I was getting mad. I'm like, man, how the fuck how's Thor gonna come down and be like, and the next thing you throw is 78-pound Shuri's gonna save the world. That's what I was feeling when I first saw it. Right?
No, I've watched this.
Is some bullshit.
We'll watch it, and then I want to talk about, because I have a feeling it's being done a certain way.
Well, there was one moment that really touched me, man. And you probably know what it is if you watched that many times. And I wasn't expecting it to get me the way that it did, but it got me.
I'm assuming if it's the one I'm thinking of, it's because of the connection to those characters. But here we go. We'll just take a look at this here, because but I guess the person speaking in the beginning, this is Robert Downey Jr.'s.
Hey, he's doing it great. It sounds great.
Doing the Doom voice.
Something's coming. Something we may not be able to deter. Before this day is done, we shall be faced with an unthinkable decision.
I've fought with many warriors in my time. They were far stronger than all of us put together, and they died. They died facing enemies and threats that scared me far less than this one. Everything that they sacrificed will be for nothing if we do not stand together. Put aside your petty squabbles. Presume nothing except this. If you return, you will return as brothers and sisters. But mark my words. We're going to need a miracle.
Hey, pal. It's not possible.
Okay, so I don't think that that's Cap.
I don't know, man. I heard he had to do, for this comeback, he had to lose weight because he hasn't been Captain America, so they had to have a small version of him that wasn't all fucking ripped like the old Hemsworth, not Hemsworth, Chris Evans. That's another 3 I get mixed up. The 3 Chris's, bro. Pine, Evans, and Hemsworth. And then he got a personal trainer and he put the weight back on. So what I think they're going to do is we're going to have a montage in the movie where he has to get back to being Captain America. And I'm also afraid because I heard somebody say, drop a little hint. They say it's Kevin Feige. He can bring anybody back.
Yeah. Well, I don't think
I'm wondering if they ain't talking about Scarlet.
I
want Black Widow back.
I don't believe it's going to be Black Widow, maybe for Secret Wars, but I don't believe that is Captain America. That is Steve Rogers, a variant of Steve Rogers, but I think that's...
I don't think he would have been able to catch the hammer. Maybe.
Well,
It probably might be a variant of him. You're right.
From what I was seeing online today following this, there was some conversation about like how in one of the comic books, like Hydra Cap could actually like wield Mjolnir. So I don't know.
That's what I mean. I don't know. I know that I wasn't expecting. I don't know why I was getting mad at the Shuri stuff. I'm not a misogynist. I believe there can be a female Black Panther. It's just I don't know. I think Coogler did it too. I have big problems with Wakanda Forever. That's probably what it is, man. I just have
I think Wakanda
serious problems with
Forever
that
is
movie.
one of the weakest movies that they've done.
But I love Shuri. I love that she's so smart. I still don't think she should have been able to like, like I hate that one line where, why didn't you just boot them all together one at a time? And the fucking second smartest man on the planet goes, or the third smartest goes, well, we never thought of it. I guess me and Tony Stark are just fucking retards. Like I didn't like that line, but I can't blame the actors for all that. So when I was watching the trailer, I was like, then I started watching it again, and I'm like, man, it's got the guy that challenged Chadwick in the very first Black Panther, who became like a huge ally for them. It's got the people that were dusted. It's got Shuri. You got fucking Fantastic Four in there. We're seeing some shit. They're bringing Yelena back, which is like that right now. She's probably my favorite. As far as like all the side stuff and the Phase 4 stuff, she's my favorite without a doubt. And then that scene with fucking Eric and Charles. Bro.
Well, what gets me is how bad Mystique looks. Like
that. They might do touch ups on that, Maddie. I don't think it's going to look like that.
But the look, Rebecca Romaine as Mystique looks like what I appreciate that they're using the same morphing technique that they did for the original films. But her makeup makes it, in the fucking wig makes it look like Jennifer Lawrence from Dark Phoenix.
Okay, so are we getting so we're not getting Jennifer Lawrence?
No, that's Rebecca Romaine.
Okay, that's cool. I can deal with that. I don't know if they're gonna double this up or go straight into Secret Wars after this. I don't know if we're getting the Wolverine. Are we getting Mr. Deadpool? I don't know. I don't know how many X-Men they're gonna kill off right away, because I got a feeling they're gonna kill off a bunch of X-Men right away. Because
I don't think they're gonna kill anyone off. I mean,
I think they are, bro, because this is the way. Because I think they're going to use this. I really do believe Feige's going to use this to break off into 2 directions. Okay, we're going to get Secret Wars, and then after that, I would bet money we get Avengers versus X-Men.
Well, what I think is going to happen is we're going to end up.
And I'll be 70.
We'll all be older. I think what's going to happen is they're going to end the multiverse saga. This is going to end the universes, and this is going to bring in new people, right? So like they don't want to do, like they've done a bunch of the 616, they've 818, 838, whatever. They want to move past all this shit. And I feel like this is probably like the right call. It's like, because the multiverse, in theory, it's like kind of cool, right? The variants.
It is cool, but you can't keep it going, or it's just going to grow like the real comic book industry now. You know what I mean? Fucking variants there are, and different Elseworld stories, and you got to follow these 13 comics and then go get the graphic novel that's coming. Like it's getting crazy out there if you want to collect comics, man. Like crazy. And if they do that in this world, they're going to not be able to rein it in. It's going to lose control.
Well, I think that's kind of where they are. I think that's where things are right now. They're like, okay, we're 18 years into this franchise,
but we'll find out here in a few days, won't we? Where they're going, because we got Spider-Man?
Well, Spider-Man takes place before Doomsday, but we don't know if there's any kind of connection. And then also,
I bet you there's a Doctor Doom, or not Doctor Doom. I bet you there's a Doctor Strange connection, because they left it off with they closed everything. Okay, But then that girl showed up, and I always forget her name, but she was played by Charlize Theron. She showed up.
Oh, Cersei.
Yeah, and was like, "Hey, we gotta fix this shit."
No, sorry. It was Clea.
Clea, that's her name. Yeah, and we gotta fix this shit. And then they left it, and Peter Parker's still in that world, and the universes are still crashing into each other. Now, I don't think they're gonna just, I get that he's gonna have to fight Scorpion. He's gonna have to fight. I don't even know who the villain is, bro. I really don't. I have no idea I'm going into this one so blind. I went into the trailer blind. I don't even know. Everyone said the script leaked online and shit. I have no idea what's happening with Doomsday or Spider-Man.
We don't
go into these two blind.
The truth is, we don't necessarily know. It's I do think that there are fake leaks. I do think that there are purposeful misdirections.
Yeah, and it's smart. It's smart for them to do that finally. I think it's smart. When you got 4chan out there and you got fucking Reddit out there, yeah, it's smart to do that shit.
Well, also, but you've also got people like Snorlax that are out there getting their fucking scoops from Daniel RPK, and then saying that they're reporting on shit. It's all fucking
and they always their source is always another guy that lied about something.
It is very true. It's so.
But I've seen him fighting the Hulk. I've seen him fighting Scorpion, and I'm hearing the whole you're evolving, and then you show they say the actual webs come out of him, and I don't think that's going to be because he's like spider evolving. I think it's going to be because the three Spider-Mans are all turning into one or something like that because the universes are crashing together. I think that's what they're going to do. That because they made a big deal out of it in it may not seem like they did, but they made a big deal out of that in No Way Home about how Toby's Spider-Man could actually make webs come out of his body.
Well, that was a question about like, does it come out of everywhere?
Yeah, but they also was serious about it. He's like, it's always just came out of my body, and it only comes out of my wrist. And they're like, that's so cool. And now they show you in the trailer, it's coming out of Peter, and it comes out of his wrist. And he's like, what the fuck? The new Peter, Tom Holland. He's like, what the fuck? And I don't think they're going to do that because something's happening inside of Peter's body. I think they're going to do that because something is happening to all the Spider-Man. Manses, whatever the fuck you want to call it.
I have no idea what's going to be happening with any of that stuff. I am kind of like, as far as I am kind of at with all the, where I look at it now is I'm like, just show me the fucking movie. And this is my thing with the Doomsday trailers. Like,
well, how do you feel about the trailer? Do you like it, Maddie?
I'm underwhelmed by it. I'm underwhelmed. It's not that it's bad. Okay. Make no mistake.
We're going to get so many more, at least 2 more.
Yeah. We're going to get, well, here's the thing. So Comic-Con is this weekend. And so on Monday, they're giving us the Doomsday trailer, and they're going to have a panel from Marvel at Hall H.
What do you mean us? Are you fucking going to Comic-Con?
No, us in general.
No, we're not going to get it right away. You think we're going to get it? I thought the CinemaCon was this is not, if I'm not mistaken, this is
the trailer that they showed off at CinemaCon.
Okay. That for some reason didn't really, I guess it leaked, but you had to really look for this one. So I didn't want to find it.
No, this one they officially released it. I was wondering
now they officially released it. So
no, but there was no leaking of anything out of CinemaCon. There was
really?
Yeah, no. There was descriptions of like the trailer. There's some footage of apparently non-finished battle sequences with the Doomsday that leaked online, and those I don't know. Some people say AI, some people say it's fake, some people say it's real. I don't know.
I just think that if they showed us the public on YouTube, this trailer now from CinemaCon, and that means that definitely means the SDCC guys are going to get something different. That group's going to get something.
Well, what I think they're going to get is I think they're going to end up getting the cast of the movie on stage, and
all 873 of them.
Yeah. Well, I think we're going to get Tom Holland for Spider-Man is going to show up there. And because that comes out the week after, so obviously they're gonna.
If I'm a director, I'm not letting Tom Holland on any panels at any fuck ever again. He always spoils shit.
Well, he's been pretty good. He's been pretty good about stuff recently. So I feel like Comic-Con is gonna probably be like, I do think we're gonna finally get a confirmation of Mahershala Ali's Blade movie or Wesley Snipes' Blade movie. I think we're gonna get.
I thought it was over. They've been telling us we're gonna get Blade since 2000 what?
7.
Yeah, dude, it's been a minute, bro. And I don't know. Mahershala Ali. Now that I can say his name, guys, you guys finally taught me how to say it right. I think he's a great actor, and I don't think it's him. I think they keep coming at him with shitty scripts, and he's going, "No, man, I got a fucking
Well,
Oscar.
I think
I'm not doing this shit.
I think it's like, but at the same time, it's like you don't need to have an Oscar-winning fucking, like you don't.
Yeah, no, it's Blade. You give him a fucking sword and put some vampires out there. It's easy. Yeah, you're right. It is. Like,
that's all anyone has ever.
That's all we want.
Wanted. It's like
I mean, it took 30 some years for and fucking oh man, Filoni and the other one to realize that's the Luke we wanted. That one scene with the CGI Luke. We waited 30 some years for that. Now we're waiting all these years for Blade. Just throw some fucking vampires out there, man.
Well, I think
who's directing it?
Who's directing what?
Blade. We don't have tapped to.
I don't know. I never. There's like they've gone through a couple different directors. I don't even know at this point.
Because you know who's not busy right now? The Mexican guy, the horror guy. He's amazing. He's not busy right now.
Guillermo del Toro?
Yeah, go ask him to do one.
No, fuck that. Fuck him.
Is he not the one that did part 2? No, he didn't do part 2.
No, he did Blade 2. And then he ended up ripping off his own. This is really funny because if you go and you watch the show The Strain, which was based on a book series.
It was on FX. Yeah, I saw it.
If you look at the vampires in The Strain, they're the vampires from Blade 2.
So, why be mad about that?
Nothing. I just don't care for Guillermo del Toro.
You didn't. Blade 2 is everybody's favorite. Really? Blade 2 is not your favorite?
No, but the first Blade's my favorite.
Okay, the first one is
Blade 2 is not bad. I'm not knocking Blade 2. I'm not even knocking Guillermo as a filmmaker, despite the fact that I feel that Frankenstein was a complete letdown of a movie. Everyone's out there sucking fucking Frankenstein's dick, and I'm just going like, this movie.
I didn't. But then again, I've never been a big Frankenstein guy, so
it
was compelling enough to make me happy.
I mean.
And I like Oscar. I really like Oscar a lot.
Oscar was good, but the whole thing with like Frankenstein meeting fucking Elizabeth and then Elizabeth being like, man, I want to fucking suck your fucking undead dick.
But who would you prefer though? Because I love Mahershala and I would love to see what he does. I really would. Just like first Julie and Boran, they send me the trailer and they're telling me how great the trailer is. And then they start with the whole, it's a damn shame that all of Phase 4 is getting skipped over and none of that shit matters. And this movie's probably going to suck because they're going to skip over Kang. And I'm going, what? You motherfuckers just told me you're looking forward to it. Now it sounds like you're like, what the fuck? Because I said, I'm going to go back and watch all of Phase 4 now because I forgot a lot of it. I'm going to go watch Phase 4 and 5 before Doomsday. And they're like, no, there's no reason to. None of that shit matters anymore. That's not true. I just saw Gambit fighting Shang-Chi. What are you talking about? What do you mean it doesn't matter? And they're saying that because of what happened to Jonathan Majors and what happened to Mahershala Ali, that Marvel's going to put out a good Doom movie, but it negates all the shit we had leading up to this. Does anybody else feel that way? Is that true? Because
it's not that it negates anything. It's just that the idea there, this is where the big problem of the oh God, what's it called? Of the multiverse comes into effect, right? So the whole problem of the multiverse is nothing matters.
Oh, there's nobody running it.
Right.
Kang used to be like the conqueror Kang ran the multiverse.
That's why they ran, and that's why they did Doom, is because of the whole Kang thing. So Doom is a direct response to Kang.
And he was supposed to be after Kang, wasn't he? We were going to get Doom, but we weren't getting him yet, were we? We were going to get Kang.
Well, I feel like we should bring back Kang. Right?
Okay, I just recast him. It's okay. Or use Jonathan Majors. I love him. He got in a fight with this bitch. It happens. I don't understand it. He didn't whoop her ass. He didn't go Chris Brown on her.
They were. I mean, it was enough to like. The downside though is he's doing the same thing Armie Hammer is by teaming up with the Daily Wire, some conservative fucking bent bullshit.
Okay, well then if you're doing that, he's got to go, bro. For real, he does. I mean, Armie Hammer was talking about eating a bitch. So you're right. And I didn't like the whole I'm out of the world now. I went to dinner with the fucking the Obamas, and it's like, bro, stop flexing, man. You got an Oscar for, was it, I always forget the name of it, but it was the Martin Luther King thing, right? It was the civil rights one. And, what's in that town? Selma. Yeah. And that's where he came from, right? Jonathan Majors came from Selma.
Maybe.
I thought he got an Oscar for it, or at least he was in it and helped to get an Oscar. But, I thought that was like his big thing. That wasn't Jonathan Majors?
I don't remember.
I thought it was. And I know he's big time, man. You know, he's everything I've seen him in. I like, even the one that a lot of people didn't watch, where about the true life story about how the black pilot wrecked his plane on purpose to go get the white pilot, or vice versa. Fighter pilots, right, in the Korean War or something like that. It was like a true story. Devotion. Thank you. And I even liked that. I thought that was a great movie. I've liked him in everything he's been in. So he got into an argument with this. He tried to run away. You see the footage. He tried to run away from this crazy. like, do we got to watch more movies like Obsession to know that this stuff really happens? Like, I don't want to get all weird on about it because I get yelled at. But like, there are women. Look, all I'm saying is there are women out there that will they'll lie to destroy a man's life. It can happen.
Yeah, I mean, like, look, I'm not trying to downplay what happened. It's definitely, you know,
yeah, it was fucked up what he did, but it's not like Chris Browner. You know what I mean? He tried to get away from it. He got no fight. You're gonna fuck his whole career. Okay, I can understand Marvel going and we're children based, blah blah blah. We gotta, but you're gonna ruin this man's whole fucking career over something that probably happened to every cop and the people that made those laws and the Obamas themselves. Like really. Name me one motherfucker they never got into a fight with their girl.
Yeah, but there's a difference between getting in a fight and then being physical in that fight.
No, I understand. You can't go, you know,
like,
I can't. I'll slap the shit out of a bitch. I don't give a fuck. But like, that's me. I'm kidding, guys. I'm kidding. It's a joke.
So I mean, like, you know, Majors, again, it's a bit of a crossfire situation.
Is there any footage of him, Maddie, actually putting his hands on her?
I don't know if there is, but I will say this. It's like during the second Trump administration, this is the time for these canceled celebrities to come back, because they were canceled during the first Trump administration. And now they are going to be able to, you know, more or less.
Well, no, Eric, that's different, bro. Like, he knocked her the fuck out, bro. Like, that was crazy. Like, he uppercut that bitch so hard, her health bar. It was like Mortal Kombat. Her health bar went down, bro, straight up. Like, that was a vicious hit, you know? But then you see, like, Beyonce's little sister in the elevator just beating the dog shit out of Jay-Z, and nobody cares. Nobody says a fucking word about that.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So it's all crazy. If they don't have any footage of him doing, but at the same time, I understand. I'm with you, Maddie. You can't downplay it. But
well, it's tough. It's tough because it's like, look, you don't want to sit there and you don't want to sit there and
we're talking hundreds of millions of dollars on the line here.
Yeah, but you don't want to sit there and hand wave away somebody's bad behavior, and you also don't want to sit there and like give in to somebody's delusions, you know. And like, we do know that there are a lot of people out there that will go and fucking just say shit to say shit, right? Like, you know, that's something that happens quite often with the internet, quite often with celebrity culture. People want to get attention, and it's like, you can go and you can make an accusation against a fucking person, a public person, and it could be the most slanderous nonsense ever. But unless it hits a certain like fever pitch, meaning like it starts to impact their job,
like Ray Rice, like music. Ray Rice is is music the one that's from the UK? He's a running back over here in our kind of football, and he uppercut his fiance in the elevator so hard it almost broke her neck. Like he knocked her out, bro. It's bad. You saw it, Maddie? I know you're not a sports guy, but this is a big story.
I probably did. Was that the one on the elevator?
Yeah. Ruined his whole career. This guy was probably going to set the record for running, you know, yards. Like he was that good. And, you're in Los Angeles. That's right. I think it's Spherical that's in the UK, or Spherical in Michigan. One of them's in the UK. I don't know if it's Spherical or Music Man, either of them, but I know one of them is. But yeah, Ray Rice was a running back who uppercut. He was with the Ravens at the time. So yeah, you can't downplay. You can't. That's a great way to put it too, man. You can't hand wave away somebody's bad behavior.
Well, no, but it's like, but you know, you also got to kind of understand too. It's like circumstantial things happen. Can people find a way to come back? In most situations, I'd make the argument that most people can find a way to come back, but there has to be enough time has to happen after the fact. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just because people, they get mad and then they forget, you know, and you're never going to be able to maybe like, let's say, like get away from stuff. Like I'll never be able to get to, you know, like no matter what happens, somebody will bring up like, you know, maybe not like in the mainstream.
No, I know, Maddie. I know what you're going to say. You ain't got to say it, bro.
Yeah, it always like the flag. And like, all right, well, that's there. That sucks, dick. You know,
Circle's
like,
a fucking troll. You know, one time, Circle, you told me you were 6 hours ahead of me because you were in the UK, and I've been believing that shit this whole time. And you're in Pennsylvania. That's some dirty shit, Maddie. Your audience sucks.
His words. I do not condone those words.
He condemns them. That is crazy.
I condemn them. Yeah,
it might have been music, man. One of you guys was trolling me one night, right around Halloween.
Yeah.
Man.
Okay, hold on.
They
We
were
got some
fucking
more
with me.
I want to get some more of these supers here. Ahsoka here for 5. Thank you. Says, I used grok to make a face-sitting poem. That's where that line is from. Did you say that in the chat beforehand? Because otherwise I'm just like, what are you doing?
Yeah, I thought he was rapping. Like straight up. I thought he was some ludicrous shit, you know, or
using grok to make a song about a goth chick sitting on his face. Did you use Suno though to make the track? That becomes the ultimate question, but thank you very much. Ahsoka here also says, Chris, you're talking about Secret Empire with Hydra Cap, one of the worst Marvel comic events I read. Hydra Cap was fine, but the whole story was bad. That was when Captain America had the Hail Hydra and that screenshot came out. That angered so many people, like back in 2014.
Oh, they were mad. They were. I remember that. That angered some people, man. But
yeah,
we got those 4 little, I think they were like little vignettes, okay? And the Thor one was my favorite, where he's like, you know, literally talking to whoever his gods are. Please let me get back to my adopted daughter, blah, blah, blah. But then we had the one before that with Cap, and he had a baby, you know? And we're like, what the fuck is going on? You know, last time we saw him, he's old as shit. Like, what timeline are we in this Doom trailer? Like, where the fuck are we? But then you can do anything with it, because that's the one thing I like about the multiverse, man. It opens up possibilities for everything, but it makes sacrifices and death mean nothing.
Well,
you know,
that's kind of the whole point. That's why I feel like they're gonna have to go through, and
it could be spherical. It could be, man. You see a lot of gummies, man. So it could be, but
right.
Yeah, I don't want the. I see what. Yeah, Maddie, I'm with you, bro. But at the same time, I can see it's a double-edged sword for Marvel. At this time, it really is. Because you can bring all these people back and make a lot of motherfuckers happy. Well, it seems like that's what they're trying to do.
I would make the argument that they would be bringing they would bring Jonathan Majors back if things get really, really, really bad, right? Like if things get like really, really, really bad with, like, let's say any of the shit like involving, you know, like if the movie bombs. Right. And it's like
I can't see an Avengers movie ever bombing, bro.
Well, hold on. Like, let's say, like, okay, so you had like this backlash against the Odyssey, right? And
you know these things though. What is the budget?
I don't know. I don't know the budget of fucking. I'm assuming that the budget for Secret Wars and Endgame are going to be very similar to the budgets of Secret War, Doomsday, and Secret Wars. Similar to
between 500 and 700.
Like no. I had heard. This is all speculation, generally speaking, but like the budgets combined for Infinity War and Endgame were like $1 billion.
That's insane, bro.
But how much money do they fucking make? Dude?
Almost 3 billion. So yeah,
Endgame. I mean, no, well over that, dude. Endgame.
Oh, if you add Infinity War with it,
yeah, because they shot.
Over almost 5 billion. Almost 5 billion. Yeah, almost 5 billion.
So it's a lot. There's a lot there that's gone on with this stuff here. But hold on, okay. Sadie Sink is revealed to be the one above all, the creator of the Marvelverse. I haven't heard that. I hope that's not true. I think she'd be good as Jean Grey. You know, but then at the end,
which one's Sadie Sink?
She's the redhead from Stranger Things. It's going to be in Spider-Man.
Yeah. She played Max, right?
Yeah, we don't know. We don't know who she's playing in the movie. And then also Ahsoka here, thank you, says Doctor Strange 2 is a much better movie than Spider-Man No Way Home. Agree to disagree on that one.
They're both great. They're both great.
But I find there to be a grander emotional resonance with Spider-Man. But I mean, don't get me wrong.
No Way Home, bro. Really? There's more emotion in Spider-Man 2 than No Way Home?
Is that what he says?
Doctor Strange 2 is a much better movie than Spider-Man No Way Home. Oh, I thought he said Spider-Man 2. Okay, Doctor Strange 2. No, dude, are you fucking, is he being serious? Or I mean, it's opinion. I think the greatest comic book movie ever made. People argue with me all the time, and they're like, no, man, it's The Dark Knight, or it's Endgame, or it's this. I think it's Days of Future Past. In my opinion, that's the greatest comic book movie ever made. So we all have that one above all, but to think that Doctor Strange is better, I thought you said more emotional. No. Okay. Yeah.
No. I think I'm going to, I said, I disagree. I feel like Doctor Strange 2, while a good movie, You know, and I think
I truly enjoyed it. Yeah, yeah.
They're all great.
And I really want to see where they take the Scarlet Witch.
Well, that's if she comes back.
They showed her in one of the scenes, or was that one of the fake ones? They showed her fighting.
No, they didn't show Scarlet Witch.
Yeah, they did. It was leaked, but it might be a fake leak, like you said. But yeah, there's a leak of Scarlet Witch fighting. I think Captain America or Doctor Strange, one of them two. She's fighting somebody. I know I saw it.
Again, those things are possible. You know, like we just don't know. We just don't know yet. Like again, and that's kind of the thing. Why I've been kind of slightly tuning out of all this.
Or was it one of the X-Men? She was fighting somebody, Maddie. I know I saw it, but you're right. It could have been fake. You're right.
It's possible. Like all these things. That's one of the reasons. Again, like I said, like I've just kind of been tuning out of a lot of this stuff because I'm like, I'd rather wait. I'd rather just wait for like, you know, what we're gonna get when the thing happens. Because in the meantime, it's like fuck it. You know, it's gonna happen regardless. So is there really a need to
it's just what we do. We sit here and dissect shit, and a lot of people actually get anxiety over, like, if I say the wrong thing, my audience is gonna be mad. Like I've seen them, like the John Campias of the world, like for real, bro. Like just say what's on your mind, man. It's okay. We'll still love you. Everybody fucks up.
Yeah.
Who's the idiot that said? Which one of them said that this was Odyssey was better? Which one better than Lord of the Rings? Like, stop it.
There have been like some people that have like made that claim, but you never really know. You know what I mean?
I mean, if someone personally loves that more than that's fine. I'm never gonna shit on somebody for their favorite thing or if they like one movie over something else. I say that for the fucking chuds, man. But I just think that I don't know. There's people out there saying shit just to say it, man, because they know it's gonna get super chats. Like, you know, that is the grift, you know, and it's like, bro, you can't possibly mean that. I saw how much Lord of the Rings means to you, and you're saying, or not Lord of the Rings, Campy was saying, I think this is better than something, and I'm like, wait a minute, you were saying that about another movie, like, and we're getting emotional about it. Now you're saying this one's better than that, like, you know, I don't know.
Well, I mean, like, I think a lot of people will see something, and they'll be like, you know. Like movies, they have the proximity effect from when you first see them.
Yeah, because I lied to myself for years and tried to say just because that great Duel of the Fates at the end of episode 1, I tried to lie to myself and say that was a good movie. It's not. I'm probably the biggest Star Wars fan any of you've ever met, and I'm telling you, that movie is dog shit.
Well, yeah,
it's the one I got to power through, bro. I got to power through that one if I'm gonna watch them all.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, that one. Well, once you get to the Duel of the Fates part.
Yeah, it's dope, you know, and that's what you're waiting for. I wait for that, you know.
Yeah,
and that's my favorite part. But you know, I would never like lie and tell anybody that, you know, people don't like so I go in line and tell everybody, no, it's the greatest one of all the Star Warses. Like, you know, like the people that are really trying to lie to themselves.
That'd be like me coming out and going like, man, you know what Star Wars movie is fucking underrated is
The Last Jedi. Exactly. And we would all know you're full of shit because we know how much you hate that movie.
Like, fuck, this movie was so, God, I was so wrong. Hold on, Ahsoka here for 2 things. Thank you. Says, I remember how mad Hydra Cat made people. Yeah, that was pretty. Before we knew the story, I mean, I got in on that one as well. I think I fucked up. And then also Ahsoka here for 5. Thank you. Says, Jonathan Major can't act. Coleman Domingo is a much better choice for King. No, Jonathan Major can absolutely act. Coleman Domingo, I would argue, is better. Jonathan Majors can act. I mean, he was really good in the season 1 finale of Loki. You know, and everything else, and also his work in Creed and everything.
I loved him in Creed 3. He was a good villain, bro.
That's what I
you know, and it came full circle. Even though I know you're not a Rocky guy, but I'm telling you, he was a great villain.
Did you see the trailer for I Play Rocky?
Yeah.
That's pretty good. It
does look good.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm not going to watch any of the Rocky movies.
It looks really good, and I know you're going to do. You're going to watch this movie. You're going to watch this movie before you watch Rocky.
I haven't watched it.
That would be Maddie, if you do that Bro, no, don't even
that's
do not do that. Bro. Are you really?
Yeah, I'm gonna wait. I've waited this long. I might as well watch the movie about the making of Rocky before I watch Rocky.
It's gonna spoil. I
know
spoil
he
the movie.
loses. I know he loses.
Okay, as long as you know that, but he goes the distance, baby. And that's what it's about. That's what the movie's about. He didn't scream.
I know that.
He didn't scream for Adrian in the first one. He screamed for her in the second.
He screamed for Adrian in the first one because he like wins and like no.
When he wins in the second one, he screams, "Yo, Adrian, I did it."
Yo, Adrian.
Yeah, but you know, he yelled for Adrian. Like he's trying to find her at the end of the fight. You're right. No, he does scream for Adrian because when the fight's over, he just wants to be with his woman. That's it.
Okay.
The first one, she couldn't go. She was pregnant with the baby and she almost died. The second one, I mean. And she's like, here's what I want you to do this time. I want you to win. First, she didn't want him to fight. Then she told him, I want you to win.
I want you to win, motherfucker.
Yeah, in the hospital bed. And he fucking wins. That's why he screams, yo, Adrian, I did it. You're missing out on some of the greatest, most iconic films.
Watch Rocky. Fuck you. No, I don't. Even I know Rocky 5 is shit. All right.
Rocky 5 is you could skip over, but I see what they were trying to do. And so that's what directed it. And I see what he was trying to do. He was trying to bring Rocky back to his roots and get to feel for the first one because he loses all his money and he's poor again. He's having trouble with his son and Mickey's not there to help him, but it's not a good movie. Even the fight at the end's not that good. It's just not a good, but there are some emotional parts in it, you know, and it was Tommy's, you know, Tommy's dead now. So, but it's not a good movie, man, you know, and then Creed comes along and you're like, well, Rocky Balboa before that, Rocky Balboa was great. Just the movie Rocky Balboa. Those three Creed movies are something special, man.
Yeah, we had that one at the drive-in. I never watched because I hadn't seen any of the other ones. Like, I ain't gonna watch it. But like I heard it was good. So, you know, good for them.
If you do that, that'd be so fucked up. I could see you doing it too. You are gonna do it. I know. If you say you're gonna, you're gonna do it.
There's a lot to watch in the me. I haven't even watched the Odyssey yet. You know what I mean? Like, what am I gonna watch? I'm gonna watch fucking Odyssey.
That's worth a watch. Yeah, you should watch that.
The Odyssey.
Yeah, you should watch that.
Yeah, before I even bother with the other shit.
But I'm just saying,
there's like fucking priorities, dog. Priorities and shit. That's the thing. I got to watch the bootleg copy of fucking Odyssey before I pull out the Blu-ray collection of Rocky.
There's a different version of Rocky 4 also, guys, and I've never seen it, so I'm kind of guilty of that. But there's you know how they brought they finally after all those years the codex or whatever. I watched it with. It was nice. I watched it with that girl I can't remember her name. Some girl I got into it with, Rhea. I watched it with Rhea, and she's the one that put me up on it.
Where's she been?
I don't know. I
haven't seen her in forever. Anyone know if Rhea's alive? I'm sure she's still around a Max live stream.
She was killing it, man. She was.
Does Max live stream anymore?
I haven't seen Max stream or really talk much.
Does anyone live stream?
No one.
Even
Perp
just be failing at it every fucking. Perp doesn't even live stream.
Yeah, Perp's not even really doing it, but I know that they released like a Godfather 3, and Ray is the one that put me up on that. They released like a director's cut, and they called it the Codex cut or the Codex. I can't remember what it was called, but there's one for Rocky 4 with like way more Dolph Lundgren and way more of Brigitte Nielsen, and I'm pretty sure Stallone was married to her by then. You know, she was a fucking killer knockout back then before the whole Flavor Flav thing and all that weird shit. But does anybody remember that? Am I the only one?
I have never seen it, so I can't tell you.
It was a reality show.
Oh, you think? Oh, Parallax says I think Max and Joe did a stream recently. Okay,
like,
Joe's out there with his insanely weird takes on Twitter.
I love Joe. I can't think of anything bad to say about him.
No, I like Joe.
The Surreal House. That's what it was called. Anybody ever heard of the Surreal House?
Sounds familiar. I don't think
it was a VH1 reality show, like Real World. Only they took all these celebrities that weren't really celebrities anymore, like one of the new kids on the block, and like Flavor Flav and Brigitte Nielsen and Tammy Faye Baker. Like this is a real thing. And John Holmes, like not John Holmes, he's dead. The other one that's in prison now, Jeremy. He was in there. That porn star Jeremy, whatever his name. Ron Jeremy. Yeah, he's in there. And anyway. Like somehow, like in real life, Brigitte Nielsen fell for Flavor Flav, and like she was telling people what it felt like to have her pussy ate with like gold, like with a man that has gold teeth and shit. And I thought, this is not real. This is so fake. This has to be staged. And then in real life, they started dating.
Right. That was weird. I remember when that happened.
I'm like, you were married to Rocky, bitch. Like, what are you doing?
Well, when you end up divorcing the guy, it ends up
Yeah, but he had to give her like half this shit. She's loaded. She's fucking loaded. She don't have to like, she ain't gotta like crawl around. Maybe she just wanted the fame. Some people are more into for the fame than the paycheck. Like, so I get it. But
through the fame comes the paycheck.
Yeah, but she has so much money, bro. Like she got so much money in that divorce, and then like, I think she even got a piece of Stallone's film share for a while, like his little company he had when he made a lot of bad choices and made movies like Oscar. Like anybody seen
Oscar's
Oscar?
fucking funny, dude.
It's oh my god! Yeah, of course you do. You know why? Because you're a racist bigot against Italians. Everybody loves that fucking fake Italian bullshit. That makes my people look like we're all the fucking Sopranos, and I'm just kidding, Maddie.
Well, I mean, like, what's the reality?
The reality is you got to be from Sicily to even be any kind of part of that. And that there's way more wops from the boot than there are that Greaseball Island.
Like, you ever heard the old joke? How do you drown in Italian?
No.
You close the lid on the toilet when they're drinking.
Wow.
I can say it. I'm 1% Italian.
He's 1% wop, guys. He can say whatever he wants.
I can say what I want. Gabagoo, motherfucker.
Gabagool. That's a food, bro. Just so you know.
I don't fucking know if I'm
it's a food. It's a food, man.
I'm fucking hungry. Yeah, stop.
Anyway, there was a few bad ones out there, and they all did it. Chuck Norris, they all did it for
the Rocky IV
for the paycheck. I met that robot. No joke, I met that robot.
Random thing to say in a conversation. I met that robot once.
When the one from Rocky IV, I met that robot.
I don't know. I've never seen Rocky IV.
A big rolling around robot that starts with one voice and then gets a girl's voice, and they had it traveling all over the malls in the fucking like 80s, like 84, 85, somewhere in there, 86. When the movie blew up, you got to remember these are big years for Stallone, man. He had the franchise going. He had the franchise of Rambo and Rocky going at the same time, and he was making other shit too, like fucking late 80s, like Tango and Cash, and like he was huge at one time. Like we almost grew up at the same time, Maddie. Like he came out the gate like a thoroughbred in the 70s and didn't stop until like the fucking mid 90s with like Dread, which now I appreciate. When it first came out, I thought it was dumb as shit, but Judge Dredd,
here's the thing I liked about the Judge Dredd movie, right? It was so campy.
Campy. The villain.
Yeah, Armand Desante was great.
Yeah, he goes, law. Like, that's a great scene, bro.
He basically came right off of Judge Dredd and did the Odyssey, the fucking made for TV movie. That's, by the way, if you want to watch that, that's on Tubi right now. But like, here's a good double feature. Watch Judge Dredd, 1996, and then pair it with fucking Tank Girl.
I don't know, man. That's a little too much sci-fi for me, man. Plus, you're the only, believe it or not.
Or fine. Here's something a bit.
I'm a Lori Petty fan, but you're the only.
Hold on. Here's a bit.
You're the only Tank Girl fan I know, Maddie. Just saying.
All right, okay. But dude, ain't you an Ice-T fan too? He's in that motherfucking movie.
I appreciate it, but I'm saying you're the only Tank Girl fan I know. Everybody else hates that fucking movie.
I don't know who could hate that fucking movie, dude. I thought Lori Petty was great. I had a little bit of a thing for Lori Petty.
Oh, I did too. Free
Willy, the whale wasn't the only thing coming out. You know what I mean,
dude? Point Break. Fuck.
Never seen it. Oh. Speaking of it, so they got the 30th or 35th anniversary of Point Break. They're releasing it in 4K in theaters. So I think I'm going to try to go see it then. That just got announced like today. So like I've never seen Point Break. I'm like, I can go watch that motherfucker right now on Tubi in like shitty ass 720p, or I can wait a little bit.
Yeah,
I can wait a little bit, and I can go see that motherfucker in 4K in theaters. Now, wouldn't you think that would be the better use of my time?
Yeah, I do. Look, me and my real life friends, we got this thing, okay, and we call it. We got the quintessentials, and there's a list of movies that are quintessential and important to cinema, from the Gen X point of view, at least. I don't know about anybody else, and then we got something called another game we play called scenes we love, and it's just where you might like, killer scene, but it's a crap movie. Like what was that one that Ethan Hawke did with the Mustang, and what's her name that was dating Justin, whatever. Great movie, great ending. One scene. It was Ethan Hawke and the girl that was dating Justin Bieber, the Latina girl. And they had to stay in this Mustang and go do all this shit that they were being told to do.
Oh, I think I know the movie. I think I've heard of it. I don't remember the name.
It's not a good movie, but the last scene, fuck me, dude. It's like a totally different director came in. It's all bumper cam, and all you hear is engine and gear shifting and running through the clutch, and it's just great chase. And they must have like, they choreographed this traffic within an inch of its life. That, or they really put a stuntman in there and just said, hey, go out there and try not to wreck. And it was just, and we play that game, Scenes You Love or Killer Scene Crap Movie. And Point Break is one of the, it's on everybody's list, man. It's one of the quintessentials. Like, it really is. It opened people's eyes up even more to Keanu. Patrick, they did all their own stunts. Lori Petty looked amazing, and it's got a great story, man. It's got that whole, oh shit, I went undercover and now I love these motherfuckers. Do I stay the FBI agent and murk these motherfuckers and bring them in, or do I let it slide because I care about these dudes? It's so dumb, but it really is that good. It's one of the quintessentials. It's like right up there with Godfather.
Dude, I'm looking at Ethan Hawke's IMDb right now, and like, this motherfucker has been in a lot of movies.
Oh yeah, and he's great. He's like, great. Some of them suck, but
a lot of movies.
How many? Like, when you say a lot, I mean, he
he
is getting pretty old, and there's two versions of him. There's Reality Bites Ethan, and there's Training Day Ethan. There's like, it's like a whole different actor came out of him as he got older.
Well, I mean, he's doing stuff like, he's on that show called The Lowdown on FX, and like that just got renewed for a second season. He did like Black Phone 2. I'm just trying to think of this movie that you're talking about. Like, I just don't know the movie you're talking about.
It was like Getaway or some shit like that. The Getaway, or Run for Your Life in a Mustang. I don't know, but it was him and Selena Gomez.
I don't. Cutthroat. It's not Cutthroat City.
It's from about 2012, maybe somewhere in there. 14.
That's Selena Gomez. She was young.
Yeah, she was just starting to do the movie thing and singing thing. And she had just left the Wizards of Waverly Place. She had just not. It'd only been a couple years since she stopped being.
Wow, she's got 134 acting credits, dude.
Look for one that's like The Getaway or The Runaway, or like.
I'm looking through.
Or just type Ethan Hawke, Selena Gomez.
Yeah,
on YouTube. You could probably get the scene I'm talking about on YouTube.
Are we talking about, is it Hotel Transylvania 3 Summer Vacation?
Yeah, that's what it is. That's what it is.
You know they're doing another Hotel Transylvania movie?
I've never seen either of them.
I finally watched them with my kids, and I gotta say, they were entertaining. They were pretty entertaining.
Well, when Adam's being Adam, he's funny. It's when he's not being Adam that, when you can't try to bring a level of sophistication to Happy Gilmore 2. You can't make it Spanglish.
Yeah, I think you're wrong on it being Selena Gomez, because I'm not seeing anything that kind of looks up. She was in 2012. She was in Spring Breakers. That was when she was trying to do the fucking, Getaway. I think you're talking
Getaway. And it's
okay.
It's a crap movie. It's kind of fun because it's a car movie, so I'm gonna watch it. But you got to power through the movie to get to the final scene, and it's the last 10 minutes. It's great. I mean, that car chase is so long. It's all bumper cam, and if you're a car guy, if you're not a car, you're not gonna give a fuck. But all you hear is clutch and running through the gears and downshifting and upshifting and tires, and it's all bumper cam, and he almost hits a truck, and he's running red lights, and he's just got to get to this one place in a matter of time to save his family.
Yeah. Well, the guy who directed Getaway, the last movie that he directed was Getaway, but before then he directed An American Haunting, and his first feature film was Dungeons and Dragons from 2000.
Oh, that's the one everybody hates, bro. no.
Yeah, that one was not.
This new one's the one everybody loves, man.
so-
Yeah, the one with the Wayans brother, whichever Wayans brother it was. Probably, I think it was Sean.
I think it was Marlon.
It might have been Marlon. I don't know. They look exact. They're twins, right? They look exactly
No,
the
they're
same.
not twins.
Marlon and the brother, they're not twins.
No, they're not twins.
Okay, I'm not being racist. I'm not saying they all look alike. I'm just saying those
No.
two look alike. You know what I'm saying?
Not being racist. No, they're just.
I'm just saying those two. I thought they were twins. They look alike. You know, and then but my generation wasn't those Wayans. I grew up on Keenan Ivory and Damon. Those are the Wayans I grew up with.
Speaking of which, I think it was Vinegar Syndrome, which is a boutique label that does like home video stuff. They just announced "I'm Gonna Get You, Sucker" is coming to.
That's such a great movie. That's one of the ones that I really remember, and I remember that In Living Color. That's the one that really like put me up on like, ooh, there's some edgy shit out there. And then there's that movie with Keenan Ivory was in some good shit. Low Down Dirty Shame. That's a good movie.
That's a great film.
You know what I mean? Like, so that's the kind of shit that I grew up on. Exactly, right?
I'm a Marine. We don't plan, we improvise. That was all over the marketing. That was all over the marketing.
I'm a soldier. I've been trained for battle. And they start shooting. They shooting at me. And I'm gonna get you, sucker. That's some funny shit.
Oh yeah.
Mario Van Peebles, is that how you say his name? I used to love his movies. Used to love his movies, man. I'm one of the few people that like the Third Highlander. That has 3 different names. Did you know that?
That's a tough sell right there, man.
I know, but I like.
That wasn't Endgame. Highlander, that was a fourth one. That was a made for TV movie, wasn't it?
No, Endgame was. I love Endgame. When they got Duncan and Colin together, oh my god!
Getting Duncan and Connor together for the brief bit they were there, that was because I used to watch.
And then Connor sacrifices himself to. I don't want to run for nobody. Never mind. There might be some Highlander fans out there never seen it. I'm not gonna say shit, but I love that one.
We are getting a new Highlander movie next year.
Yeah, with my boy, my fucking boy. You know, there's a. I don't know if it's you or other streams. I get on so many. I get on so many different panels. I don't know if it's you guys I told or who, but there's a movie called Night Hunter. And I think it's Dude, I know Henry's got range.
Check this out. Most Wanted, right? Guess who wrote that movie? Keenan.
Yeah, he wrote a lot of it. That's what I mean. He wrote, produced, directed. He was a big man.
But he didn't direct it though.
But some he did. I'm saying there are some he did.
It was directed by the guy who did David Glenn Hogan. He also directed Barb Wire from 1996.
Which it's got to. There are 2 things going on right now I don't understand. Okay, I've always been a huge Seven Dust fan. I've always thought that they're criminally underrated, and for some reason, they're going viral now all the time on the internet. They're finally getting their flowers, as they say. You know, and Barbed Wire's making a comeback. I remember everybody look, Pam looks great in that movie, but the movie's horrible, and now everybody's starting to love it. It's like coming back. Those are 2 things that have happened in the past couple of months. I've been like, wait, really?
Dude, it cracks me. Oh my! I'm looking at the IMDb page for Barbed Wire right now. Tamara Morrison is in it. Boba Fett.
Yeah. He was like the love interest. You know, you've never seen it.
No, it's been a very long time since I've seen it.
It's a third world or not like vibe with a whatever the fuck they call that post-nuclear, post-apocalyptic feel like a Mad Max almost. But she owns a nightclub and she sings and she strips, but she's also like a bounty hunter / mercenary. And you know
because it's I mean at that time it was pulling from a comic book. And so that was a big one. And then I remember like there's like one scene where she shows her tits in the movie, I think, because that was that was
the
a big
Aztec. You go see Seven Dust in September. I'm going to see Iron Maiden in Chicago. We should come back and compare notes because I saw Seven Dust last year here, and I've never seen Iron Maiden before. I've never been lucky enough to have someone like that tour. You know, for like I discovered them late. They were in a very late 70s, early 80s band. So. You know, like, Maddie, do you even go to concerts? You ever been to any?
Yes, I've been to concerts. I just don't. This is gonna.
You talk about music, but it's always like the '90s stuff, you know, that I never really heard.
The last concert I recall going to, It's entirely.
You are my fire, my one. Don't lie, motherfucker. You're a Spice Boy. You went to the Spice Girls, didn't you?
I did.
You did. I know you did. I forgot you were a Spice
Boy. Well, that one would have been. I think that was my second to last concert because I went to Jonathan Davis was performing at the House of Blues in San Diego, and he was more of his. It was more like I don't want to say acoustic, but it was like a low. Like it was like a low energy.
I'm trying to remember who Jonathan Davis is.
Lead singer, Korn.
Oh yeah, okay.
So you had
because I've seen Soundgarden a few times, but I've seen Chris by himself more. You know.
Well, yeah, I'm just saying he was there performing,
and they always kind of bring the energy down. You know.
Well, no. He literally sat in a chair the whole time.
Yeah. So did Chris Cornell. Chris Cornell.
Yeah. So people were wanting Korn. You know, no. Sorry, no. The last concert I'm pretty sure I went to was Kylie Minogue.
Kylie Minogue?
Yeah. I went and saw her twice. My best friend's a big
can't get you out of my head. Yeah, no, she was an icon in the 80s. You know that, right? She was a sex symbol then, and then she changed her whole thing and went techno, and then she blew up.
Well, she blew up with "Can't Get You Out of Your Head," but her first hit was a cover of the
Locomotion. Yeah. Locomotion.
So you know, then of course she was in Biodome, and she was in Street Fighter.
Yeah, I loved her in Street Fighter. The pigtails. Yeah, those hot.
But no, my best friend's like super into Kylie Minogue, and he was like, hey man, like I want to go see her in concert. And I'm like, all right, we'll go have fun. He's like, no,
I've gone to a lot of concerts. I've watched a lot of techno, and she's one of the better ones, man. You know, I went and saw Tracy Lords. Does anybody know who Tracy Lords is?
Yeah, I know who Tracy Lords is.
Okay,
she's Blade, bitch.
Okay, well,
I know who Tracy.
I saw the other stuff when I was very young.
A lot
before we knew. Holy shit, 15. That blew my fucking mind, bro. And I like a lot of us felt very, very dirty, but she doesn't look 15, and they tricked the whole industry, and it almost a lot of motherfuckers went to jail over that shit. But she went techno,
as they should.
And like she's really good. You guys have seen Blade, or not Blade? You guys have seen the first Mortal Kombat, yes? The fight between Liu Kang and Reptile. That's Tracy Lords.
Really?
Yes. The best fight in the movie is Liu Kang and motherfucking a Reptile, and the best song in the movie is Tracy Lords. That's her scene. That if you look at the Mortal Kombat soundtrack, you're gonna see Tracy Lords. And I went and saw her in concert, and I could not believe how good she was. I'm like, oh my god, this girl's right up there with Crystal Method. Like, she's really good.
Oh wow, yeah, Control, Juno Reactor. Wow, Juno Reactor instrumental. Tracy Lords, crazy.
And she taught herself all that shit, bro.
Dude, Typo Negative on the soundtrack. I did see them in concert.
Oh, the soundtrack's great.
I did see Typo Negative. They were playing with Hatebreed.
I love Hatebreed as well. Yeah.
And we dipped out. We saw it was Typo Negative and Hatebreed, and then but Typo Negative went first, but the band that opened up for them was 3 Inches of Blood.
Never heard of them.
Which is kind of like folk rock. You think, remember Dragon Force was kind of big at the time because of Through the Fire and the Flames.
Yeah, but Dragon Force is not folk at all. They're like
no. But it was like
progression,
like the epic style of it. I don't know.
It's called progressive rock.
But we ended up leaving after. We didn't want to watch Hatebreed. We're like, fuck this shit.
I fucking love Hatebreed. Really? Wow.
Well, there was a
Typo Negative is the one I wouldn't have gave a fuck about. Like, whatever.
Well, Peter,
like, what are you saying, bro?
No, what was the
fucking shit out of your mouth?
Oh, it was the guy who led it. What was his name?
Who led what?
Typo Negative.
I can't remember his name.
Peter Steele. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't.
He died in 2010.
I didn't know he died. I just never. Wow, that's sad. I wouldn't have made fun of him. But
he died from sepsis caused by diverticulitis.
Diverticulitis. That's what that's what what's his face had, and he had to leave WWE and the UFC. It took him like 10 years to get back.
So they actually broke the band up after that. So
I've never heard orc metal before, guys. I've never even heard of that, and I'm a metalhead.
Is that what 3 Inches of Blood is? Is it orc
metal? I've never heard. Now I've heard like.
Is that what?
Okay, is that what Okay, no, Behemoth wouldn't be considered that. That's more death metal. What's that group that's like real Vikings?
I don't
like,
fucking know.
They I don't know. There's a group out there. They're like real Vikings. They're descendants of real fucking Vikings, and they got a metal band. And I can't remember what, and I'm wondering if that's orc rock, because it's like some D&D rock. It's fucking crazy when you think about it. Mastodon. There's a group out there called Mastodon, and they're like real Vikings, and they sing this metal, just like I had never, guys. The metalhead that I am. You guys ever heard of Floor Jensen or Nightwish?
No.
There's a fucking, they call her the Maiden of Metal. Everyone reacts to it. There's a reaction to it. And then there's like, anyway, there's a song called Ghost Love Score. It's about 11 minutes long, but it's this stuff called symphonic metal. And this shit comes out, I swear to God, Maddie, she looks like a 6 foot tall Xena warrior princess. I shit you not. She looks just like Lucy Lawless, but her name's Floor Jensen. And she's opera metal, but you don't hear a whole lot. If you ever watch it, man, Maddie, it'll blow your mind. Cause I remember going, I ain't gonna listen to that fucking organ, fucking stupid Tolkien bullshit. And I listened to this girl and I fell in love, bro. And they call it, whenever people discover this girl, her name's Floor Jensen, so they call it a floorgasm. It's an orgasm, because every time people hear this girl sing, it blows their mind. It's like if you saw Freddie Mercury for the first time. I'm not overselling, guys. Any Nightwish fans? I'm not overselling this. Look for the Vakin 2014 version of Ghost Love Score, and she holds a note so high and so long, the crowd loses their fucking mind. Like Mariah couldn't do this.
Oh, wow. So I didn't realize this. It's today marks 10 years since Chester Bennington passed away.
Yeah, it's been yeah.
What the fuck,
I've
been a decade.
We're getting old, bro. Time is flying, and the older I get, the faster it goes. Maybe it's just because it was painful. And I remember how into them I was when I first heard them, because it was something so different. And like I remember Anthrax shitting with Public Enemy, and I remember Aerosmith getting with Run DMC, and I've heard Rage Against the Machine, but the first time you hear Linkin Park, it's like a fucking religious experience, man. There's so much going on, and it's
with like Transformers.
Yeah, it's so different. And if you grew up in that, I can see why Chester's death would really like affect you, man. Like, because it affected me. The Chris Cornell death really affected me.
Yeah.
But the Chester one affected me too. But I think the Chris one was bigger than even, and the only one I could think of that tops them all, but we all saw it coming, was Ozzy.
Well, I mean, eventually everybody dies, so
and we saw the Ozzy one coming.
Ozzy was kind of like, he hung on for maybe
he did, and he got to live a long life, a long, full, enriched, artistic, just amazing life, and he died of natural causes. Chester and Chris both took themselves out the game. They benched themselves, and I never understood. I could never understand why, man. Chester maybe, but Chris, I don't get it. I don't get it. I just don't get it. That's the one I'm like, was he really doing the Michael Hutchinson thing? You guys know Michael Hutchinson, right? The NXS singer who.
Was he autoerotic?
Autoerotic. Yeah. And they're saying that might be what happened to Chris, but because his wife swears up and down, he wouldn't do it. He wouldn't do it. And I'm like, well, did he leave a note? Did he leave anything? Because I don't remember if Chris left anything. I just know that everybody's like, he wouldn't do that. And then Taylor overdosing, Taylor, the drummer for Foo Fighters. Like we lose a lot of the rockers that we grew up with, but the ones that really hit are the ones that from your time, the ones that you went out and bought the album, before all this YouTube stuff, you download stuff, you went out and you bought the CD for that one song, and then you found out the whole album was great. Linkin Park came around right about the time that you had the Bear Share, the LimeWire, you know what I'm saying? You could download music.
Yeah. Well, that was a long time ago. Fuck. BearShare. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, but that's the one I remember. That and LimeWire and
like, well, yeah, there was like LimeWire, there was Kazaa, BearShare, there was I think LimeWire and like BearShare, they were all part of the same ecosystem, right?
Yeah,
Like,
they were. They were.
And that was the thing where it's like I had a bunch of those back in the day, but like I knew people that were just fucking stupid with downloading. They're always like, I got viruses all the time. Like, yeah, stop downloading fucking files, man. Stop downloading EXEs.
Napster's the one I remember the most, Skeptic, because Lars Ulrich and
Lars
called it. Lars was right. Everybody was so mad at Metallica then, like, oh fuck you! All we did was download the movie soundtrack from a Mission Impossible thing, blah blah blah. And Lars was like, no, you don't understand. I got more money than I could live 10 lifetimes. My family could live 10 lifetimes. I have that much money. He's like, that's not what I'm worried about. I'm worried about this MP3 technology. If all these sites come up, it's going to kill the music industry. And it did. He was right. And now everybody goes, man, we were hating on Metallica for all the wrong reasons, man. Because he was right. The whole landscape of music and movies is different now.
Wait. I'm gonna push back on that one there. All right, listen.
MP3 technology killed the music industry.
It didn't kill the music industry. How about motherfucking Ticketmaster and their overcharging of fucking prices?
Okay, that's not the same thing. Okay.
Well, I mean, no, because that is a direct response rather than making.
Is there a way for people to go out there and digitally fake all those tickets and get into those concerts for free? No.
I mean, they're
okay. And let me rephrase it, Maddie. That is a pretty good pushback. It didn't kill the music industry. It changed the entire landscape of it.
Oh yeah, but everything changes. There's always going to be paradigm shifts, right?
I get it. That's what AI is doing now. That's what AI is doing now.
Explaining to my fucking kid the other day what goddamn 8 tracks were.
You remember 8 tracks, really?
Yeah. And then we went to Red Robin for dinner.
Red Robin. Somebody type yum right now.
They have a whole wall that's like got 8-track fucking tapes on, like it's in a collage. And I was like, see that right there? I'm like, that's an 8-track. Like,
yeah, it's pretty cool. The professor of rock, he's got an end table made out of all cassettes, all his favorite cassettes. And I really like his channel. He teaches you the history of all the music that we grew up on. And I'm not saying it matters more than today's music. Art is art, but you're not going to get we're never going to see another Bob Seger. We're never going to see another Journey or REO Speedwagon. We're never going to see that again.
Yeah, dude, those bands, look, man, like those bands still exist. It's just, but there's going to be like, if you're talking about breaking into the mainstream nowadays, probably not. And that's only because, and even look at movies. So we're talking about like movies, that are really good, but they don't find an audience in theaters, right? Where do they go? They go fucking streaming, like fucking Masters of the Universe. My favorite movie of the year so far, hands down. That shit is coming to
my favorite movie of this year.
Hold up. I'm telling you something. It's coming to Prime Video Wednesday.
Yeah, I know.
Right. So it's like, think about that, right? They're not even doing PVOD. They're not even doing that. They're not
straight to streaming.
So
but how much did Amazon have to pay for that? I wonder.
Well, Amazon still has to license it from MGM. Right. That's the thing people don't really remember. Is like, because I got into this with somebody the other day about like Supergirl, like, oh, they got to fucking like, they're going to have to, HBO Max has to pay Warner Brothers or DC Studios for it. And people are like, no, they own it. And it's like, no, there's licensing. There's residuals and there's, contracts.
Yeah. I don't know enough about that stuff, Matt, but Eric, that's a good question. I have seen that interview, and then I saw the stuff Tim Pool was talking about. And, is it true that the minute all those, whatever the fuck, he came in and he was like, we don't need these anymore. That funding that was going to play, the first thing the Twitter guy did.
Doge cuts?
Yeah. Okay. And one of those was like, what is it? What was it called? It's called something. I can't remember what it's called, but it's like funding for all these different fucking things, and they cut them. It's like, no, we're not sending aid here, funding there, none of that. We're cutting all this stuff down. It's a 3-letter thing, almost like DEI, but not the same thing. And Billy Corgan was saying that the feds were trying to secretly kill rock music, and then the minute shithead comes in, he cuts all these things, and then USAID, that's what it is, USAID. And they cut the minute they cut that. Okay, here's something that's gonna blow your mind. Okay, it blew my mind. Do you know what the last #1 rock song to ever hit #1 was?
No.
How long ago it was? Nickelback. This is how you remind me. That was the last rock song to ever hit #1. Okay, right after that, and I'm not a conspiracy guy, but like right after that, the towers came down. Shit got really crazy. The Patriot Act came in. They started up with all this USAID stuff, and rap and hip hop reigned supreme at the top all the time. Country was starting to make a mark, but rock music was dead. And they said the feds did that on purpose. Billy Corgan saying the feds did this with USAID. And the minute asshole came in and got rid of USAID with the Doge cuts, all last year, not one hip hop or rap song went #1. Some of them didn't even chart. Most of them didn't even chart. Didn't even sell. They sold terribly. So what they're trying to say is USAID has been buying all the rap music. And then Tim Pool did something that kind of blew my mind. He showed a video today where they had like 3,000 people in the front row of the fucking Black Eyed Peas concert live for Oprah or something. And it was a flash mob. So them people in the front row, those 2,000 people in the front row, didn't even pay for their tickets. Somebody else paid for them, and they weren't even fans. They were just a flash mob. Well, I guess they got a bunch of backlash for that back then. And it all kind of ties together. And I'm just wondering, have you heard anything about that, Maddie? Have you heard?
No, I haven't. I
don't crazy. It's like a real conspiracy.
To fucking music shit.
Well, they're bringing AI into it. They're saying AI, that's it.
Well, they did that. There was like Will Smith performed recently, and they were saying like the crowd was all AI, and it wasn't. It was like there was I think an upscaling issue or something. I'm not too sure, but it is. I do need to start winding things down
because We Are Young is not a rock song, Eric. I mean, you seem like a great guy, but there's no way I'm going to let you say that that's a rock song. I don't know what it is, but it's not a rock song. What would you consider fun? It's a great song. Tonight we are young. I know I'm butchering it, but it's a great song. And that guy went on to sing with Pink and everything, but I don't consider that a rock song, man.
I don't even really know what the fuck you're talking
about. That's crazy. Billboard called that a rock song. There's a song by Thun called Tonight We Are Young. And it's got this guy named Nick. It's a great band. It's a great song. Tonight. It was my brother's ringtone for a long time. It's just talking about enjoy your youth while you can. I love songs like that. Just enjoy being young while you can. And but I don't consider, but if Billboard says they're a rock band, I guess I got to go with it. But I'm thinking the last time a hard rock song hit #1, it was Nickelback, and all these other conspiracies, but you don't know the ones that count. And you've never seen Point Break, and you're gonna watch the Rocky making of before you watch Rock. What the fuck is the matter with you tonight, man? What is going on?
Because I'm at this point now, I'm just fucking trolling. Yeah, Chris is on. I don't even fucking know, man. Like I'm sitting there going, like, I don't know what the fuck he's talking about.
But the people in the chat do. I'm telling you, the people in the chat know what I'm talking about. Yeah, they're the ones who brought it up.
You're like responding to them, like you're responding to what they say without saying who says it. So
it was yeah, I have to scroll up. I think it was Eric, but it might.
No. Okay, well, yeah. So I was gonna say, like, I do need to start winding it down because it's been on for 3.5 hours. I'm hungry and I'm getting tired. So. But I did want the last thing I kind of wanted to end it with tonight was I wanted to show off this Neil Blomkamp fucking short film. Have you heard of this one?
Chris? I'm trying to remember who Neil Blomkamp is.
He directed District 9.
Okay, that's a great movie.
So
didn't he also do one called like Vicious or Venom or
he did Elysium, he did Chappie.
Demonic
is demonic. Yeah. And then he did Gran Turismo.
Which I loved. I fucking loved Gran Turismo. I don't know how a sci-fi guy like that lands Gran Turismo.
Contract job at a studio, man. That's how they just needed a director for hire. That was it.
Turned out amazing. They did great.
Well, I saw some people today call Gran Turismo a flop, and I was like, I mean, like
went straight to streaming, I think, or it went in the theater very long.
Theaters. It doubled its
Had a
budget.
very low budget.
Well, 60 million.
Yeah, and it's based on a true story, and it's shot beautifully.
Well, I mean, Sony spent 60 million on it. It did 120 million worldwide.
Okay, so
it didn't really. I wouldn't say it went into profitability mode, but
it broke even, and it got a lot of eyes on the sport and the video game. I tell you this much: it sold a lot of PlayStations.
Sure, I don't even know.
Yeah, it's all based on a true story of a PlayStation game.
No, I know the guy won a Gran Turismo contest and then became a real driver. And
yeah, and he placed third place at Le Mans, the 24 Hours of Le Mans. And like that's insane. It's a great, but I get it. You've seen it,
No, I haven't.
Oh no, you've never seen it. Well, it's beautifully shot.
I don't really. I mean, it looked interesting. The trailer looked fun. It was just
I mean, it's not F1, but it's pretty fucking close.
I don't fucking know the difference. I couldn't tell you what F1 was.
What F1 is shot incredibly.
You're talking about the movie F1, not like the. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I thought you were talking about like the actual
No, the movie F1 was shot. Like that was art.
I've seen some shots from F1 that look really good. I haven't seen F1. I don't really. Cars aren't my thing, man. And I'm not salivating at the fucking lips. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, it's not your thing. We'll find you some titties. We will find you some titties, Maddie. We'll find you some. There's got to be a movie out there with some titties in it.
There's tons of movies with titties. So, oh, okay. I got a message, and I'm just going like, I'm like, oh shit, that wake my girlfriend up. Like, no, a friend of mine. Okay, so this one is hold on here. Let me get these last couple super chats here. Okay, Otis here. Thank you. Says just one more wave, Johnny. I don't know what that's from, but thank you. And then
that's the yeah. I know. I know what he's saying.
Oh, is that from Point Break?
That's from Point Break.
Okay. Because Johnny, yeah, okay.
Once in a lifetime opportunity, man.
Yeah, let's see here. New Baywatch incoming. Can't wait to goon to it. I mean, the thing with the new Baywatch is it going to have a Pamela Anderson? Is it going to have an Erica Eleniak? Is it going to have,
Well, no, but it'll have not. That's our generations, but it will have like a.
It's kind of weird. It's kind of weird.
It'll have who's that one girl with the Latin name that's blowing up now? The blonde. The dress is sexy where she goes, or the Lupa girl, Lupita, whatever the fuck her name, Dua Lipa.
Dua Lipa's not in Baywatch though.
No, but I'm saying that's their generation. They're gonna put girls like that in Baywatch. They're gonna put young, just got out of Disney, and that'll be their Pamela Anderson. That'll be their Carmen Electra.
Baywatch TV series. Is it coming out next year? Okay, yeah, it's got like. I mean, it definitely has attractive women, 100%.
And that's what makes them big. No one knew who the fuck Carmen Electra was before Baywatch. You know what I mean? No one knew who the fuck Erica Eleniak was.
Wasn't she an MTV VJ or something?
For like a minute, I think she was on one of those talk shows with Kari Wurr. Remember Kari Wurr, the redhead?
Yeah.
Yeah, like just a totally different generation of women. And no one knew who they were mainstream till they hit Baywatch. Carmen Electra, Erica Eleniak, the other blonde that was in that movie with the two Corys, whatever her name was,
Nicole Eggert.
Yeah. Like those girls.
What is the name of that movie where she was in with the two Corys?
Blown Away.
Blown Away.
Yeah. Fucking, they blew up because of those shows. With a little bit of help from David Hasselhoff. His daughter recorded him drunk and made him look like a fool, but the guy's actually really fucking smart. Like I had no idea that he's a big name. He's Landman and Lioness and fucking Yellowstone. Like
Taylor Sheridan.
Taylor Sheridan. Yeah, he's responsible for all that. I remember watching him on TV as a kid. I had no idea this dude was like. He wrote Hell or High Water. I didn't know that. Have you seen Hell or High Water? Holy fucking shit.
Do own a copy of it though.
Holy shit, bro. Like I watched that and I went, fuck. Because there's an old I know you want to wind it down, so that's what I'm gonna say. There's an old movie with Emilio Estevez and the chick from The Substance.
Demi Moore
called Wisdom. And it's Hell or High Water in a white Ford Bronco.
I don't even know what. I just know the movie's got like Ben Foster in it. The Hell or High Water. So
yeah, it's about Robin Banks, man.
I think I bought like the 5. I think I bought it for like $5 or some shit like that.
But they're doing it for like they're not doing it just for money. They're doing it because they're down on luck, but they're also doing it to help other like farmers and shit. And that's in wisdom, they would steal the money and then they would burn all the contracts and blow up the safe so that all the farmers would get to keep their land. You know, it was really good. And every time when I saw Hell or High Water, I'm like,
yeah,
man, it feels just like Wisdom. Did this guy steal? But then you see things like Landman and Yellowstone and Lioness, and you're like, nah, he didn't steal it. But you knew his name. I can't believe you knew his fucking name.
I read, you know,
Taylor Sheridan. I'm like, oh, that's the dude from Battleship. That's a totally different guy.
That's Taylor Kitsch.
Right. I got him wrong. I'm like, oh no, that's John Cotter or whatever.
Yeah. No. Taylor Sheridan was in the first couple seasons of Sons of Anarchy. He was Hale.
Oh, that's right. Holy shit. He sure the fuck was. He was a cop that got killed.
Yeah. And well, he chose to exit the show, which makes sense because then he went on to go create Yellowstone. I think he went on to go do like Hell or High Water and a couple other films, and then got into Yellowstone. So him leaving Sons of Anarchy was good. So okay, listen, I do want to get this.
Yeah, let me get out of here so you can.
Yeah, we'll definitely watch this short.
I'm gonna watch it. I got you on YouTube and I'm backstage with you.
Right.
I'm watching you on YouTube right now. I'm just a couple seconds behind on YouTube, but okay.
Yeah, this is a really interesting. It's very District 9 vibes. You know,
I'm in. Okay, everybody, I love all you guys, and I mean it. You guys know that. All right. I'll be on the next one, Maddie, if I'm around.
All right, I'll see you later.
I literally heard him say, we never know if Chris is dead. Fuck you.
We never know. We never know if you've been bitten by another spider. We have no way.
Oh, fuck you guys. But you're right. You're right.
Go fumigate your house and don't die.
Be good.
All right. See you, buddy. Thank you. Okay. So yeah, I was going to play this. I want you guys to watch it. It's pretty fucking solid.
Like, I've covered some shit in my career, but this is beyond anything. This is beyond Black Ops, off the books.
This is the worst.
Yeah, this is the fucking worst. 3 weeks ago, drives started arriving. No name, no note, just files. The first batch looked like nothing. Surgical logs, procurement, casualty paperwork, dry stuff. Then one name on 2 documents. Killed in action in March, on an operating table in August. Same man. I thought, clerical error. Then the recordings. 60 hours of a senior scientist talking to a camera. And that's when the documents stopped being paperwork and started being what they are.
We are ready now.
Why does the Army want this? Simple. What ends American wars? Not the enemy. Dead soldiers on the news. Coffins come home, the public turns, the war ends.
I mean, you can see some AI-isms, but
You're probably out with Sam by now. I just wanted to leave you something before I go up. It's stupid. Just wish I was home 3 a.m. here, but I miss you. Kiss that little gorgeous nugget for me.
Last night, one of our convoys got ambushed at the river crossing. 2 soldiers hit. Ramos isn't going to make it.
Shit, he was on Johnson's team. He's like 23.
You're going up, insurgent hunting. Last night they came out to do this. Now they're in the open, running east along the river with nowhere to hide. First clear shot we've had, and it's gone by sunrise. Questions?
No, sir.
You look like hell, Chief.
Yeah, maybe, but you actually smell like shit. When'd you last shower?
This is a combat zone, not a spa. You get the full picture in there?
Our guys got hit last night by the river.
Hollis.
2 wounded.
Hollis, you still owe me $40 from the fight.
Put it on my tab, Crabes.
Your tab's longer than my deployment.
Number 1 coming up. Temps look good.
You cried about that engine for a week.
I raised a concern.
You cried like a little bitch. Conco base, Arrow 24, flight of 2, request departure south.
Arrow 24, Conco base, winds 270 at 8. No traffic, cleared to depart.
Imagine how much it would cost. This wasn't AI.
Arrow 24, Dark Star. Cleared into the box, weapons free, hunting. Report tally.
Dark Star, I'm just scanning the terrain here. I have some technicals ahead, over.
Arrow 24, you are cleared hot. I got vehicles moving east. Dagger 3-6 confirmed. That's them. Cleared hot.
Guns up, coming left. Splash 1, seconds breaking west, Hellfire. Good impact. 2 down, area clear.
RTB, Route Bravo. I've got heat.
Missile inbound, deploying flares.
Jesus Christ!
I'm 10 tails on, Mayday Arrow 24 going down.
She's going down. Mayday Arrow 24 destroyed.
Charlie 51 flight, Dark Star. Report current tasking. Fallen Angel, Fallen Angel.
Dark Star, Charlie 5-1, we got it. Coming about now. Y'all tell them to hang on. We're 8 minutes out. Okay, shut us down. We can get to them.
We have Apache down. Pilot and co-pilot wounded, possibly CIA.
Runner! Moving to the wreck! Watch the rounds! Ammo's cooking! Oh man, this co-pilot is dead. Copy, get her out. Move fast, we're bleeding fuel and we have hostiles coming.
Be advised, multiple technicals moving your direction from the northeast. Estimated 3 to 4 vehicles, mounted heavy weapons.
I think her neck is broken. Let's secure her! Let's go, man! Let's go! Guns, right side! Engage!
We're clear.
Let's get the fuck out of here! I'm getting too old for this bullshit! Hey, what's wrong? She's my buddy's wife. Oh, shit. Well, I think she's gonna make it, so that's good. How long to base?
15 mics.
This is Chief Warrant Officer Raiden Hollis, 34. Helicopter pilot shot down 2 hours ago, fractured cervical spine, collapsed lung. Behind her neck, the brain's still getting blood. That's the only window we get.
She's still perfusing. GCS 3.
Shears, get the suit off, all of it.
Her file says killed in action. Certificate's already filed.
That's correct. It was a post-crash fire. Her remains were unrecoverable. That's the record. Understand?
Yes, ma'am.
CT's up. Just came off the table.
Show me the brainstem and the C-spine. Any bleed at the base? Midline slift?
Small frontal bleed. Base is clean.
Make sure her family gets this. Okay, this is the control implant. It seats at the brainstem, right where the brain meets the spine. Easy, easy, gentle.
Got it.
That's the product. A soldier that costs nothing to lose.
I want to know what actually happened to my wife. A friend came to see me. He was on the rescue that night. He told me she was alive when they pulled her out of that cockpit. Well, I can tell you with certainty that your friend is mistaken. Nate, what's really going on?
This is about the fact that my wife didn't die the way you all say she did. That's what this is about!
The Army wanted no residual self, no sense of who or what they were before. A total wipe.
Do you remember your name? Your name is Regan Hollis. Do you remember that? Raise your left arm. Good. Now the other one.
It took me 3 weeks to say the sentence out loud. They are building zombies.
You know, they used real actors and like photos of
And
actors.
the raw material is their own soldiers. And I've seen the surgical orders. Some of them were modified further. This isn't a soldier anymore, it's a killing machine. It used to be someone's son.
I don't like transporting these fucking things, man. The sooner they're off my butt, the happier I am.
Before they tuned whatever they tuned, compliance they called it. Every one of those things got 2 escorts. Special ops guys, 1 on each arm. So now, yeah, they walk on single file, 1 handler per 20. Easy day.
Get these birds loaded and wheels up in 10. I don't care if they're twitching or not. Keep them moving.
The testing, that's the desert. Restricted airspace, the kind of proving ground where nothing is ever seen.
So to test them against one another?
Yeah, exactly. That's where the selection happens, the part of the tapes I still can't watch.
Look, man, I don't know what information you want. We've been instructed to test these things to the breaking point. And that means make them fight one another.
Delta team, do you copy? We are hot. We are hot.
We select for excellence. The most disciplined, most trained, most dedicated soldiers made the finest products.
Turns out you can push them fucking far.
So yeah, that is the new short film from Neil Blomkamp, and you know, a lot of people have been fucking talking shit about that. I think it's pretty good. I mean, look, is there some AI jank? Yeah, there's AI jank. You can't really, like, once you know what you're looking for, you can't not see the AI jank. But what's interesting is the fact that it's a pretty compelling little 13-minute short film. And it sets up a world that's kind of like a mixture of Universal Soldiers and zombies, which is kind of funny because I wrote a screenplay back in 2007 called Proving Ground, which was more or less like this similar. Well, it wasn't this similar story. It was about mind manipulation of experimental stuff happening with like prisoners and shit. So we'll have to wait and see what goes on with this. A lot of people are just like going after Neil Blomkamp, and the thing is, it's just shows you that the AI is here. The AI isn't going anywhere. People are experimenting with it, and in the next couple of years, we're going to see content coming out that is very much in line with all that, and it's, as long as it's it's still got the human involvement, I think it's going to be pretty good. I like that. I've watched that a couple times so far. I really appreciated that one. So yeah, oh yeah, no, the music was really good too, and I don't know if the music was done by a composer. I don't know if he did Suno with that. He's just been getting a lot of shit from people who are fucking idiots and shit. So it's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy. But anyway, all right, guys, I'm going to go to bed. Thank you all for hanging out and chilling for the last near 4 hours. I appreciate all of you. If you haven't already, leave a like, and we'll talk more probably tomorrow night. And have a good one, everybody. And peace the fuck out.